the school beauty's personal bodyguard. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1026, Jie allows explanation. Although the peak strength of the late yellow rank is already a very powerful existence in the secular world, it is almost rare. However, this is of no use to Lin Yi now. Lin Yi's current enemies are all from aristocratic families, not from the secular world. They are all some Zhuan rank masters. Uncle Fu and General Weiwu can't help. Forget it, it seems that taking shortcuts is still not advisable. Everything still depends on yourself. Uncle Fu saw Lin Yi shaking his head and sighing. He knew that he would definitely be disappointed at this moment. He didn't say much, just sighed and said, "Zio Yi, then I'll go to Mr. Chu's company." "Will you drive to school by yourself?" "Well, I'll go by myself," Lin Yi said. "I'll go take a shower first." "Uncle Fu, you go first." "Okay." Uncle Fu saw that Lin Yi had recovered his strength, so he was no longer worried and turned to leave the villa. Lin Yi returned to his room and, somewhat impatiently, asked Elder Jiao within the jade pendant, "Elder Jiao, isn't my energy omnipotent? Why can't I make Uncle Fu an earth rank master? Why can't I also enhance General Weiwu's strength?" Previously, Lin Yi had been anxious to recover his strength, so he hadn't had time to discuss this with Elder Jiao. Now that he had failed, he hurried to ask Elder Jiao about the reason. "I'm not quite sure," Elder Jiao's voice echoed in Lin Yi's ears. "Is that so?" Lin Yi gave a wry smile. Did Elder Jiao know the reason? "I haven't finished my words yet." Elder Jiao was clearly dissatisfied with Lin Yi's interruption. "But I have some rough ideas, please speak." "Elder Jiao?" Lin Yi asked hurriedly. "Although I don't know your situation, I have seen similar cases," Elder Jiao said slowly. "In some martial arts sects, there are secret methods for passing on skills. It's also called inheritance or initiation." "Oh? Inheritance? Initiation?" Lin Yi was stunned. "That's right. Before passing away, an elder would pass on his lifelong cultivation to his disciple using a secret method, allowing his disciple's strength to rapidly increase," Jiao Yezi said. "However, after the inheritance, the disciple will always be one level lower than the master. Only through their own hard work and cultivation can they reach the master's level." "Oh? One level lower?" Lin Yi nodded thoughtfully. "Yes, if all strength could be inherited, their sect would be infinitely stronger, and masters would emerge in an endless stream. Would other sects still need to survive?" Jiao Yezi said, "But even so, such a sect would still be very large." "Well, Elder Jiao, are you saying that mine is also a kind of inheritance?" Lin Yi nodded and asked. "That's probably the same," Jiao Yezi said. "It's just that after you pass on your strength, you can quickly cultivate and recover your strength in the jade pendant space, while others can't." "That's indeed the case." Lin Yi's golden finger was indeed somewhat incredible. "So, you are now a Zhuan level master. According to the theory of inheritance, you can at most pass on your inheritance to a master of a lower level. The peak strength of the late Wang level is already the limit," Jiao Yezi said. "Hey, it would have been better if I had communicated with you earlier, so as not to waste my energy on experiments." After listening to Jiao Yezi's guess, Lin Yi knew that it might be close to the truth. "How do you know it won't work if you don't try it?" "I also deduced such a conclusion after seeing that your experiment failed," Jiao Yezi chuckled and said. "Otherwise, I would have thought you could produce a D-level master." "Yeah, but it would be great if Uncle Fu could enter the jade pendant space," Lin Yi sighed to himself. However, as soon as this idea came out, Lin Yi quickly rejected it. Not to mention that he was the only one who could enter the jade pendant space. Even if Uncle Fu could enter, Lin Yi would not let him enter. After all, this was Lin Yi's biggest trump card. Although Lin Yi felt that Uncle Fu was trustworthy, it was better for him to know this secret himself. One more person would bring more danger. During the previous experiment, Lin Yi was sweating all over. Now, after communicating with Mr. Jiao, Lin Yi completely gave up the idea of creating an Earth-level master, because that was unrealistic, unless he had the strength of the Sky level. But if he had the strength of the Sky level, what was the point of mass-producing Earth-level masters? Lin Yi took off his clothes, turned on his mobile phone, turned around and went into the bathroom to take a shower. Before, Lin Yi was afraid of being disturbed, so he turned off his mobile phone, and he didn't know if anyone had contacted him. Donghae, the home of Dr. Kang. At the gate of Dr. Kang's villa, stood the two brothers Xiaoji and Xiao Ben, holding valuable gifts in their hands. They came to visit Dr. Kang. After receiving the report from the servants, Dr. Kang was not in a hurry to let Xiaoji and Xiao Ben in, but leisurely called Kang Giffen, Kang Kipu, Kang Xiaolong and Kang Xiaoming together and held a family meeting. The Xiao family is here this time, most likely for Xiaolong's marriage. Giffen, what do you think? Dr. Kang looked at his eldest son and asked lightly. Father, in my opinion, the Xiao family is like a dog that has lost its home. Paibo has become a vegetable, and the Xiao family still owes Lin Yi a lot of debts. In this way, the Xiao family is about to be destroyed, and we, the Kang family, should stay away from them. Kang Giffen expressed his opinion. In his opinion, the Xiao family has lost its value of being used. Dr. Kang nodded. In fact, this was the reason why he did not let the Xiao brothers in. Dr. Kang has also seen what the Xiao family has been through recently. This Xiao family is basically finished. How can they look like an aristocratic family? They can't even compare to the wealthy families in those places. To put it nicely, the current Xiao family is still an aristocratic family, but anyone can see that at the upcoming aristocratic family conference, the Xiao family will definitely be removed from the list. A down-and-out family that can't even compare to ordinary wealthy families, let alone continue to be an aristocratic family. Giffen is right. The Xiao family is in a miserable situation, Dr. Kang said. Originally, we wanted to use the Xiao family to step into the door of the aristocratic family, but now they can't even protect themselves. Not only can they not provide any benefits to our Kang family, but if we marry them now, his debts and some messes will probably fall on us. What do you think, Quipu? Dr. Kang turned his gaze to his second son. As the saying goes, a lean camel is bigger than a horse. I think the Xiao family is not completely useless, right? If we merge with them, the Xiao family should have no problem keeping its position as a noble family. At that time, our Kang family will still be in the lead. Kang Quipu was ignorant and his ideas were a mess. Chapter 1027 Kang family's attitude towards the Xiao family. Ridiculous. Merge? Then are we the Kang family or the Xiao family? Dr. Kang waved his hand, interrupting Kang Quipu's words, and said impatiently, okay, stop talking. Xiaolong, you tell me. Yes, Grandpa. Kang Xiaolong stepped forward respectfully, and then said, Grandpa, actually what the second uncle said makes sense, but what we have to do is not to merge, but to replace. The Xiao family is in decline, and we must make it even more destitute. Only when the Xiao family is stripped of the title of a family has become a foregone conclusion, our Kang family will have the opportunity to be promoted to a new noble family. Looking at all the families now, our Kang family has the most potential. Oh? That's right. Dr. Kang couldn't help laughing after hearing what Kang Xiaolong said. Ha ha ha. Xiaolong is right, the Xiao family is in decline, and we can only make them even more destitute. Only when they are even more destitute, we have a chance. Good. 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 What a good idea, Grandpa, you are too kind. Kang Xiaolong smiled slightly and said modestly. Kang Quipu frowned. What did his words make sense? If Kang Xiaolong hadn't said that on purpose to give him some face, he himself knew that what he said was nonsense. However, his mind was not on this, and he had no wisdom. What about Xiaoming? What do you think? What should we do? Dr. Kang looked at Kang Xiaoming. Grandpa, actually, what Big Brother said makes sense, but I think that's not entirely true. Kang Xiaoming felt that his father had lost face, and as a son he should earn it back. Moreover, Kang Xiaoming also wanted to make a good impression in front of his grandfather, so he thought hard for a long time before saying this. Oh? Tell me, how is it not entirely true? Dr. Kang still attached great importance to Kang Xiaoming's words. Although Kang Xiaoming was a playboy, he was much better than his father Kang Quipu. Grandpa, as the saying goes, even a salted fish can still turn over one day, Kang Xiaoming said. Although the Xiao family is now in decline, they are still a noble family after all. They have connections that we don't know about. If they really make a comeback, it's hard to say. Comeback? Dr. Kang shook his head. In his opinion, how could the Xiao family make a comeback? It was almost the same as if the family was destroyed. However, Kang Xiaoming has made many contributions to the family recently, so Dr. Kang didn't want to scold him, but continued to ask, then what do you think, I think the marriage with the Xiao family cannot be broken, but not with eldest brother. Kang Xiaoming laughed embarrassedly and said, you can transfer eldest brother's marriage to me. I will reluctantly accept the beautiful girl from the Xiao family. Anyway, I am a playboy of the Kang family. If the Xiao family falls into poverty, I will kick her out, and it will not affect us, because I am a playboy who specializes in playing with women. If I kick her out, others can't say anything, but it will be the same for eldest brother. But if they are not in poverty, they can still maintain the relationship. Dr. Kang was thoughtful after listening to Kang Xiaoming's words, but Kang Xiaolong laughed, looked at Kang Xiaoming and said, brother, are you interested in Wang Xinayan? There are beautiful girls everywhere. No matter what, she is your sister-in-law. Your idea is not good. Kang Xiaoming did have selfish motives, so when he was exposed, he blushed a little, but he still tried to argue, I'm doing this for the good of the Kang family, just as Xiaolong says. After hearing what Kang Xiaolong said, Dr. Kang didn't say anything more about Kang Xiaoming's opinion. He just said, Xiaoming, Xiaolong is right. People who do great things shouldn't care so much about women. Yes, Grandpa, Kang Xiaoming said a little indignantly. In fact, he really felt that way. As for being able to get Wang Xinayan, although he had selfish motives, what if the Xiao family's reputation as a family was not stripped away? You know, the Yu family has also suffered recently. What if the Yu family is seriously injured at the family conference and keeps a low profile, temporarily letting the Xiao family go, or because they have the same enemies as the Xiao family and feel that they are connected by the same fate, the Xiao family can still be used. But Kang Xiaoming knew that there was no point in saying anything now. It would only make his grandfather think that he wanted to seduce Wang Xinayan for fun. Of course, he did think so. Since the Kang family had already decided how to treat the Xiao family, there was no need to be shy about it. Kang Giffen walked out of the Kang family villa and greeted the Xiao brothers. Xiao Ji and Xiao Ben had been waiting at the gate of the Kang family villa for a long time. They had sent someone to inform them, but after waiting for half an hour, no one from the Kang family came out, and they couldn't help but feel a little annoyed. Second brother, do you think the Kang family will not see us? Damn, they are such snobs. When our Xiao family was awesome, they tried so hard to get close to us, but now that we have some problems, they treat us like this. Xiao Ji was a rough-tempered person, and he started cursing when he got anxious. How long has it been? Half an hour, right? No one has come out? What kind of bullshit is this Kang family playing? Xiao Ben looked at his furious eldest brother and sighed slightly. Brother, calm down. How can our Xiao family have any problems now? Paibo has become a vegetable. The only support of our Xiao family is gone, and we owe a lot of debts to that kid Lin Yi. We are in trouble now. It's normal that the Kang family doesn't want to see us. Normal? I think it's shameless snobbery. Xiao Ji snorted. What kind of people are they? Brother, someone is coming. Stop arguing. Xiao Ben was sharp-eyed. Seeing the gate of the villa moved, he quickly stopped Xiao Ji from continuing to curse, so as not to offend anyone. When Xiao Ji heard someone was coming, he immediately shut up. He was just cursing to gain an advantage verbally. Now that the Kang family members really came out, he didn't dare to curse. After all, they were here to beg them, not them begging them. However, what the Xiao brothers didn't expect was that the person who came out of the villa was Kang Giffen, the eldest son of Dr. Kang and the father of Kang Xiaolong, who is married to Wang Xinayan. Xiao Ben felt relieved. Being able to send such an important figure to greet his brothers, it seemed that there was still hope. Thinking of this, he hurriedly greeted them with a smile. Brother Kang, why did you come out to greet us in person? You really can't do it. Xiao Ji was also stunned. He didn't expect Kang Giffen to come out to greet them in person, so the resentment in his heart was reduced a lot. He hurriedly greeted them. Brother Kang. I wonder what business the two Xiao brothers have in coming to our Kang family. However, Kang Giffen's expression was not so good. Instead, he asked Xiao Ji and Xiao Ben in a very cold voice, as if he was not familiar with them at all. Chapter 1028, Bad Memory. Kang Giffen's attitude made Xiao Ji and Xiao Ben obviously stunned. Logically speaking, they and Kang Giffen are relatives by marriage. Even if they haven't gotten married yet, Kang Giffen shouldn't have such a cold attitude, right? It's as if he doesn't know his brothers at all. Brother Kang, what do you mean? The Xiao family and the Kang family are also relatives by marriage. Is there anything wrong with visiting each other from time to time? Xiao Ben said with pretended doubt. Relationships? When did our two families become relatives by marriage? Kang Giffen was stunned. It seems not. Xiao Ben, did you remember it wrongly? Xiao Ben was also stunned by Kang Giffen's words. He didn't expect Kang Giffen to say this. Isn't this an obvious denial? At this point, Xiao Ben's face turned a little ugly. Brother Kang, haven't your son Kang Xiaolong and my niece Wang Xinyan already made an engagement? Engaged? Do you think my memory is really bad? Kang Giffen looked puzzled, and slapped his head and said, I really can't remember. Can you remind me, when was the engagement ceremony held, and in which hotel was it held? Who attended the engagement banquet? Huh? Xiao Ji and Xiao Ben were stunned. This engagement was obviously a verbal agreement, so where was the engagement ceremony and engagement banquet? These haven't even been held yet, so where's the hotel and witnesses? Until this moment, Xiao Ji and Xiao Ben also understood that Kang Giffen did it on purpose and wanted to cancel the engagement. His Xiao family was in decline, and Kang Giffen saw this situation, and probably no longer wanted to marry into the Xiao family, so he pretended to be stupid when he came out. Brother Kang, isn't this our verbal agreement? Xiao Ben said, suppressing the anger in his heart. He knew he couldn't lose his temper at this moment. If he did, he'd have no chance. He'd be playing into the Kang family's hands. Using his anger as an excuse to sever ties with them, there was no way he could argue. A verbal agreement, Kang Giffen frowned in confusion. I have no recollection of that, you? Xiao Ben fumed. Xiao Ji was also on the verge of a tantrum, about to curse. Oh, sorry, my memory's been so bad lately. I can't even remember what happened in the past. Lately, a lot of scammers have been coming to me claiming I agreed to marriage with their family, but they can't produce any proof. Kang Giffen shook his head, somewhat embarrassed. How about this, Xiao Ben? Yours is a prestigious family, and I'm sure you're not scammers. But words aren't enough. Prove that Xiaolong is indeed marrying into your family, and I'll definitely approve. After all, the Xiao family is a prestigious family, and marrying into yours would be an honor for our Kang family. Fuck you. Xiao Ji was about to curse, but Xiao Ben glared back. Haha, if that's the case, then what proof do we need? Why don't we just make the decision now and rearrange the marriage? We in the Xiao family think your Kang family is quite good too, Xiao Ben, a clever man, said, picking up Kang Giffen's question. Kang Giffen was stunned. He hadn't expected Xiao Ben to catch him in a tirade, and he couldn't help but feel a little annoyed at his own carelessness. Xiao Ji was also looking at his brother with great admiration at this moment. He was really great. Fortunately, he didn't curse him out loud. Otherwise this matter would have been ruined and irreversible. Haha, Xiao Ben, you are right, but I still can't agree to it. Kang Giffen shook his head and refused again. Why is that? What did Brother Kang say before was just a compliment? Xiao Ben asked, taking advantage of the victory. That's not the case. It's because our Xiaolong did marry into another family, but I can't remember who the marriage was with for the moment. So before everyone finds evidence, at least for a period of time, I can't easily arrange a marriage for Xiaolong. What if someone really has evidence and says that my Kang family broke off the engagement? Kang Giffen said, so, Brother Xiao Ben, you'd better go back and find evidence. Hey, my memory is so bad, I'm old, and my brain doesn't work well. After speaking, Kang Giffen turned and walked towards the villa, waving to the Xiao brothers as he walked. I have something to do, so I won't see you off. Xiao Ben's face was extremely gloomy. The situation now was very clear. The Kang family broke off the engagement. They abandoned their Xiao family. However, it was not the Kang family's fault for being snobbish, because there was nothing they could do. After all, the Xiao family was now in decline, and it was normal for the Kang family to want to break off the engagement. Every big family that enters into an alliance wants to find a helper for themselves rather than a burden. Huh? Xiao Ben sighed and said, Brother, let's go back. It's hopeless, fuck you. You are blind. When the Xiao family makes a comeback, I will ignore you even if you, the Kang family, lick my toes. Xiao Ji cursed loudly. Dr. Kang, you old bastard, you go back on your words and you will never die a good death. I will fuck you. However, the door of the Kang family was closed, and no one paid any attention to them. It was obvious that Kang Giffen had no intention of coming out after he went back. Let's go. Xiao Ben turned around and walked towards the car with some helplessness. Kang family, you just wait for me. Sooner or later you will regret it. After Xiao Ji finished cursing, He let out a breath of anger and followed Xiao Ben into the car to leave the Kang family villa. Meanwhile, at the gate of the Kang family villa, Kang Giffen watched the two Xiao brothers leave with a cold smile, mocking them sarcastically. The Xiao family? They've become nothing more than a dead end, and you still expect to make a comeback? Dream on. After Xiao Ji and Xiao Ben got into the car, Xiao Ji continued to curse non-stop, all kinds of vulgar language and dialects gushing out of his mouth. He described the Kang family in all kinds of vicious ways, cursing every generation of the Kang family. Okay, big brother, stop cursing. This is our fate, Xiao Ben sighed and said. Now, let's think about the future of the Xiao family. That's right, Xiao Ji nodded. Although he was vulgar, he knew that it was useless to get angry now. Even if you cursed the Kang family again, it would not help the Xiao family's current situation. Have you found information about Pai Bo's background? Xiao Ben asked. I've had Xiao Wangba and Xiao Wangdao search our family's diary, but it's been so long, there's no clear target, and we don't know when we'll find it, Xiao Ji said. If only Pai Bo could wake up and talk, Xiao Ben said after hearing this. It's all because of that bitch Guhuli. Xiao Ji got angry just thinking about his wife. Chapter 1029 Feng Xiao Xiao goes crazy. Lin Yi took a comfortable hot shower, washing off the sweat. He got dressed and picked up his phone to go out, only to find 10 missed calls and over 20 text messages. The texts could have been sent at different times, and he'd received them all the time he turned on his phone, but the call had definitely just come. Lin Yi checked the missed calls first. Only one was from Tang Yun, the rest were from Feng Xiao Xiao. Lin Yi was stunned, but he still checked his text messages first. He was speechless, all of them were from Feng Xiao Xiao. Honey, I missed you. This one had been sent in the middle of the night. I got up early this morning, please come pick me up. This one had been sent that morning. I've packed and am going downstairs, also sent that morning. Huh? Lin Yi? Why didn't you reply? Also sent that morning. Lin Yi, are you coming to pick me up or not? Why haven't I seen you yet? You're almost late, also sent that morning. Wow, did you forget about me? This one had been sent that morning. Your phone is still turned off, you really won't come to pick me up, it was sent in the morning. Lin Yi, you bastard, if you don't want me anymore, why don't you just tell me? I got up in the middle of the night to dress up for nothing, it was sent in the morning. I took a taxi to school by myself, I can't wait any longer, it was sent in the morning. Why didn't you come to school today? Where are you? What happened? This text message was sent in the morning. Why is your phone still turned off? What happened? It was also sent in the morning. Lin Yi looked at Feng Xiao Xiao's long string of text messages with a wry smile, and slapped his forehead helplessly. He just remembered that he had promised Feng Xiao Xiao yesterday that he would pick her up to go to school this morning, but because of Uncle Fu's matter, he was delayed and didn't go to school. What about Yunyan? I wonder how she went to school? After checking the text messages, under a large number of Feng Xiao Xiao's text messages, Lin Yi finally saw a text message from Tang Yun. Lin Yi, it was Uncle Fu who came to pick me up for school this morning. He said he needed to rest after you treated his injuries. I'm fine, so you can rest easy. After reading Tang Yun's text, Lin Yi suddenly realized that it was Uncle Fu who had picked her up that morning. Since Lin Yi hadn't gotten up yet, Uncle Fu knew that Lin Yi had to pick up Tang Yun every day, so he naturally took on this responsibility. But he didn't know about Feng Xiao Xiao's sudden incident, and the eldest lady and Chen Yashu obviously didn't expect Feng Xiao Xiao either. After all, Feng Xiao Xiao usually drove to school by herself, so who would have thought she would have an appointment with Lin Yi today? Lin Yi sighed and called Feng Xiao Xiao first. Lin Yi, you finally called me. I'm so happy that you called your little wife first. Feng Xiao Xiao's surprised voice came from the other end of the line. Lin Yi wanted to apologize to Feng Xiao Xiao, because from her text message, she seemed quite resentful, and he had indeed let her down and made her wait for an entire morning in vain. But before Lin Yi could say anything, Feng Xiao Xiao burst into a joyful cry, forcing Lin Yi to swallow the apology that was on the tip of his tongue. I was healing someone and lost track of time, so I didn't get up this morning, Lin Yi said. Yeah, I get it. I knew you wouldn't ignore me for no reason. Sure enough. You ignored your first wife and called your second wife first. Sister Yunyan is going to be jealous, Feng Xiao Xiao said happily. Xiao Xiao, what are you talking about? Who's jealous? Tang Yun said helplessly. She didn't feel anything about Lin Yi calling Pengzhan Xiao first. She had always been prepared to avoid getting jealous of Pengzhan Xiao. Besides, Pengzhan Xiao had called Lin Yi over a dozen times and sent over 20 text messages, while she had only sent one, which also stated that she knew about Lin Yi's situation. So it made sense for Lin Yi to call Pengzhan Xiao first to explain. Why should Tang Yun be jealous? Oh? Yuan Yunayan, Lin Yi was slightly taken aback, a bit embarrassed. He'd called Pengzhan Xiao first, wouldn't Tang Yun be upset? But Tang Yun's voice didn't sound unusual, so she wasn't angry anymore. I couldn't find you, so I had to go find Sister Yunayan. I asked, and then I found out you weren't here to pick me up because you were helping someone recover from an injury, Pengzhan Xiao said. Sister Yunayan called you just now. The call went through, but you didn't answer, so I called you back a bunch of times. Lin Yi smiled and shook his head. Pengzhan Xiao was truly optimistic. She got angry quickly, and just as quickly became happy, and in the blink of an eye, she was incredibly excited again. Are you coming to school this afternoon? Pengzhan Xiao asked. Yes, I'll be there in a bit, Lin Yi said. Sure, Pengzhan Xiao felt a surge of excitement. She'd gotten up in the middle of the night and dressed meticulously, intending to surprise Lin Yi in the morning, but she hadn't even seen a glimpse of him. She couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. If she didn't see Lin Yi today, all her makeup would be in vain. Give the phone to Yunayan. I'll talk to her, Lin Yi said to Pengzhan Xiao. Since Tang Yun was right beside her, Lin Yi didn't bother calling her again. Okay, Sister Yunayan, Lin Yi wants to see you, Pengzhan Xiao answered the phone cheerfully, handing it to Tang Yun. Tang Yun took the phone and couldn't help but laugh. Lin Yi, now that you have a mistress, you've forgotten about your first wife, haha, how could that be? Lin Yi smiled, realizing Tang Yun was just joking. Stop joking. Are you okay? If you're tired, don't come this afternoon. Tang Yun cared about Lin Yi. After all, they had been together for a long time, so there was no need to be so impatient to see him. I'm fine. See you later, Lin Yi said nonchalantly. Okay, see you later. Do you have anything else to talk to Xiao about? Tang Yun asked. No, bye, Lin Yi said, and hung up. Tang Yun returned the phone to Pengzhan Xiao, who put it away happily. Sister Yunayan, do I look good now? I put on makeup this morning, do I not need to touch up? I look good already, no need to touch up, Tang Yun smiled. Really? That's not bad, Pengzhan Xiao nodded. Lin Yi drove to the school and parked his car at the snack street behind the school, side by side with Pengzhan Xiao's car. However, next to Pengzhan Xiao's car, there was another luxury car, a black Lamborghini. Lin Yi took a look at the Lamborghini and smiled slightly. If nothing unexpected happened, this car should belong to Ziyu Feng, and judging from the condition of the car, it should have been bought just now, and even the license plate has not been put on yet. Chapter 1030, A Big Shock. Is Ziyu Feng really that rich? He bought a sports car on his first day as a transfer student? But Lin Yi only glanced at it and turned to head back to school. What kind of car Ziyu Feng drove was none of his business. As long as it didn't get him into trouble, he could do whatever he wanted. When Lin Yi arrived at school, it was already time for his first afternoon class. He walked straight into the classroom and sat down at his desk. Not long after, the teacher came in and began the afternoon class. Pengzhan Xiao felt a wave of disappointment. When Lin Yi came in, he didn't even glance at her. Didn't he notice something was different about her? Even that idiot Ziyu Feng noticed. After a while, Lin Yi still didn't look at her. Instead, he took out his textbook and listened attentively to the teacher's lecture. This immediately made Pengzhan Xiao feel depressed. Cough cough, Pengzhan Xiao finally couldn't help herself and coughed twice, hoping to attract Lin Yi's attention. What's wrong? Are you catching a cold? Lin Yi heard Pengzhan Xiao coughing and asked hurriedly, but when Lin Yi asked, she hadn't looked up. No, Pengzhan Xiao became even more depressed. She could only say, Hey, Lin Yi, talk to me. What? You don't want to attend class? Lin Yi asked. You often skip classes. What class are you attending? Come on and talk to me. Pengzhan Xiao was a little anxious. Then talk, I'm listening. Lin Yi nodded. You. Pengzhan Xiao was so angry that she said the word you 3 times in a row, and finally couldn't help but explode. Can't you turn around and look at me? Look at you? What are you looking at? Lin Yi asked back. Just say whether you dare to look, Pengzhan Xiao said anxiously. How sharp is Lin Yi's observation ability? In fact, he saw Pengzhan Xiao when he entered the classroom, and he immediately felt a sense of amazement. When he first met Pengzhan Xiao was wearing heavy makeup, and seemed to be a non-mainstream. At school, she had always been bare-faced, but today she wore light makeup, her hair styled carefully, and even her clothes were carefully coordinated. The simple accessories made Pengzhan Xiao look particularly charming. Lin Yi, wanting to tease Pengzhan Xiao, hadn't said it out loud. Sure enough, Pengzhan Xiao couldn't wait any longer. What are you laughing at? Pengzhan Xiao asked back. Do you dare to look at me? No. Lin Yi shook his head. Huh? Pengzhan Xiao was stunned. She hadn't expected Lin Yi to say he didn't dare. This stunned her, and she gritted her teeth. Lin Yi, why don't you dare? Because you're so beautiful today. When I came in just now, I only took one look at you, and I was a little distracted. I was afraid that if I looked at you too much, I'd molest you in the classroom, Lin Yi said. Huh? Pengzhan Xiao's mouth dropped open in surprise at Lin Yi's words, but then she beamed with joy. Lin Yi had actually seen her like this. Pengzhan Xiao was overjoyed. When she was happy, she started to talk without thinking. It's okay, look again, I'm not afraid of being molested. Cough cough. This time it was Lin Yi's turn to cough. Lin Yi, what's wrong with you? Do you have a cold? Pengzhan Xiao saw Lin Yi coughing, rolled her eyes and asked with a smile. She naturally knew that Lin Yi was shocked by her words, but it was also a very fun thing to scare Lin Yi. No, Lin Yi smiled bitterly. Xiao, you are really beautiful today, he. Fortunately I didn't get up early in vain. I didn't see you this morning, I almost exploded, and went to the bathroom to wash off my makeup and messed up my hair, Pengzhan Xiao said with a smile. Lin Yi was a bit distracted by Pengzhan Xiao. He had been cautious before, but now that both Tang Yun and Feng Xianlong had agreed to their relationship, and even Miss Da and Xiao Shu had agreed, Lin Yi couldn't resist the temptation and his hands started to get a little timid. Pengzhan Xiao suddenly felt Lin Yi's arms around her waist, and her face flushed. Even though she was being very bold, this was in the classroom, with the teacher still lecturing, and Pengzhan Xiao was nervous. However, even though Lin Yi had finally taken the initiative to get close to her, Pengzhan Xiao was reluctant to let go of Lin Yi's hand. Normally, getting Lin Yi to do something like that was unacceptable, so Pengzhan Xiao was immediately torn. Her body tensed up with nervousness, like a lobster resurrected from its corpse. Lin Yi sensed Pengzhan Xiao's annoyance and quickly pulled his hand away, secretly blaming himself for his impulsiveness. Pengzhan Xiao was a girl after all, and while he might have been a bit bold, it wouldn't be nice for others to see him hugging her in the classroom. Feeling Lin Yi's hand withdraw, Pengzhan Xiao breathed a sigh of relief, yet a hint of disappointment lingered within her. The sensation of Lin Yi's touch had made her heart race. Honestly, she quite liked it. Was this the pleasure that intimate actions between lovers brought? Pengzhan Xiao knew her time was running out, and she didn't care if things progressed too quickly or too slowly. Since she had chosen Lin Yi, he would be her only and last boyfriend in her lifetime. She was almost 20 years old, and she might die someday. So, having finally found a boyfriend, Pengzhan Xiao wanted to savor the feeling of love for a while longer. How could she be reserved? However, she was afraid that if she was too enthusiastic, she might scare Lin Yi. Tang Yun seemed to be a very reserved person, right? Pengzhan Xiao felt a little conflicted at the thought. It was such a headache, she couldn't act too anxious. Xiao, I'm sorry, Lin Yi thought, seeing Pengzhan Xiao remain silent, and thought she was angry, so he apologized with a wry smile. Nothing, Pengzhan Xiao shook her head. We are sitting at the back. Actually, not many people can see us. If you want, you can continue, haha, let's talk about it when there is no one around. Lin Yi restrained his desire and said. Oh, Pengzhan Xiao nodded, feeling a little disappointed. However, when she heard Lin Yi say that he would talk about it when there was no one around, it meant that Lin Yi agreed. In the past, Lin Yi would just refuse, but this time he agreed, which made Pengzhan Xiao very happy. She whispered in Lin Yi's ear, when there is no one around, I will let you touch my chest. Huh? Lin Yi almost jumped up from his chair after hearing what Pengzhan Xiao said. Pengzhan Xiao's words immediately reminded Lin Yi of the beauty at the auction. Lin Yi's heart skipped a beat and he looked at Pengzhan Xiao, the beautiful girl beside him with half-closed eyes and a breath as sweet as orchid. Lin Yi really had the urge to kiss her. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1031 Ziyu Feng's Plan. But thinking back to the classroom, he shook his head. Pengzhan Xiao's words were so alluring and devastating, he wondered how she'd managed to say them. It was pure unintentional behavior, but the listener took it too seriously. The only intimate moment she could recall with Lin Yi was that brief flirtation at the auction, so Pengzhan Xiao spoke naturally, without giving it much thought. But to Lin Yi, the words were alluring. Why are you reacting so strongly? Lin Yi's actions frightened Pengzhan Xiao so much that her heart nearly jumped out. She was already nervous, and then Lin Yi's sudden click made her terrified. It's okay, Xiao. Don't try to seduce me in class next time, Lin Yi said helplessly. Huh? Pengzhan Xiao was startled, then blushed. How could I? Lin Yi chuckled. Pengzhan Xiao shyly turned away, not daring to look at Lin Yi again. Even for her boldness, she couldn't handle Lin Yi's teasing. However, even as Lin Yi and Pengzhan Xiao were joking, a less than friendly gaze shot over, resting on Pengzhan Xiao's face before sweeping across Lin Yi's. The owner of the gaze had a gloomy expression, and snorted coldly, "This kid's quite popular with women. Yeah, young Master Z. That kid is a piece of shit. He caused young Master Z so much pain yesterday." Wang Kongming nodded and said, "It's because young Master Z can't attack. He has to hide his strength. Otherwise, how could Lin Yi be his match? He's only at the early profound stage. Compared to young Master Z, he's completely weak." The Yu family's current understanding of Lin Yi's strength came entirely from Yukun. At that time, Lin Yi was indeed at the early profound stage, and the Yu family would never have dreamed that Lin Yi could advance 2 levels to the middle profound stage in such a short period of time. To them, this was completely impossible and illogical. After all, the Yu family knew the time and cost of cultivating to advance to the next level, so they didn't believe Lin Yi could even reach the next level. So Yu Feng still didn't know Lin Yi was already a mid-level Xuan level expert. In his opinion, he was a peak-level early-stage Xuan level expert, more than capable of defeating Lin Yi. And it wasn't surprising he assumed that. Without Lin Yi's golden finger, how could he possibly tell Lin Yi's strength? Of course. But for the sake of the Yu family's plans, I can't use my key. I'll just have to endure it for now, Ziyu Feng snorted coldly. That Pengzhan Xiao is also a bitch. Look at her slutty face. She's so close to Lin Yi, she's not a good person either. By the way, have the backgrounds of those girls I asked you to investigate been revealed? Ziyu Feng was naturally upset that he hadn't been able to take down Pengzhan Xiao yesterday. Seeing how close she was to Lin Yi made him feel. Z, except for Chu Mengyao, we've already investigated everything else. Pengzhan Xiao's family isn't well off. Although her father is a secret agent, he won't antagonize the Yu family over his daughter's affairs, Wang Kongming said. Well, what about the others? Ziyu Feng nodded and asked. That Chen Yashu is from the Chen family. Young Master Z, it's best not to touch her, Wang Kongming said. Chen family? The aristocratic Chen family? Ziyu Feng asked. Yes, her brother is Chen Yushan. Although the Chen family only has one cultivator, Chen Yushan, it's still an aristocratic family after all, Wang Kongming said. So it's best not to touch her. Oh, then let her go for now. That girl has a pretty mean heart, and I really don't want to mess with her, Ziyu Feng nodded and said. What about Tang Yun? She's from an ordinary family. Her parents were laid off and don't even have a house. They live in the hospital, Wang Kongming said. You can do whatever you want with her. Even kill her. Oh, that's great. Then start with Pengzhan Xiao, and then find Tang Yun. Ziyu Feng nodded and said, Young Master Z, Pengzhan Xiao seems a bit difficult to deal with. Should we use some tricks? Wang Kongming suggested. Back in Yanjing, the Yu family was wealthy and powerful, So Wen Kongming and Li Pangu acted with impunity when following Ziyu Fin. They considered these kinds of pickup tactics commonplace. No, let's see what happens next. My charm hasn't really unleashed yet. Once it does, I'm sure they'll fall head over heels for me. Ziyu Fen, remembering the beating he'd received yesterday, gritted his teeth and said bitterly, damn it. Yesterday was supposed to be a good opportunity, but that brat Lin Yi happened to be there. Not only did I get beaten up, but I also didn't get to show my true strength. Young Master Z, do you want Li Pangu and me to deal with those guys yesterday? Wang Kongming said, making a beheading gesture. No, we're new here, so it's best not to cause trouble. Ziyu Fang shook his head. Let's let them go for now, but we won't let this matter go. Let's investigate their identities first. No problem, Wang Kongming agreed. Ziyu Fang and the others spoke with their backs turned, so those nearby wouldn't hear. Their angles meant they weren't worried about Lin Yi lip reading. Although Lin Yi couldn't hear their words clearly, seeing their whispers, he knew they had ulterior motives, and his guard tightened. The second class of the afternoon was physical education. Although some secondary subjects had been cancelled for the senior year, physical education remained. This was to give students a chance to stretch their bodies after spending their days in the classroom, and also because Songshan City would administer an additional physical exam for the college entrance exam, and failing it would affect their scores. The physical education exam consisted of several optional items, including running, long jump, shot put, basketball, pull-ups, and sit-ups, with different requirements for boys and girls. Therefore, to achieve good scores on the physical education exam, senior year physical education classes had become a more targeted training program. However, in the summer, boys and girls wore fewer clothes, and many girls wore skirts, which made it easier to expose themselves. Therefore, the school's physical education classes were separate, boys 1 week, girls the other. The girls were trained in the gym by a dedicated female paid teacher, so there was no need to be shy. When the girls got hot, they would take off their outer clothes and train in their vests. Pengzhan Xiao was a little reluctant to go to pay class. After all, she and Lin Yi were just in the middle of a passionate relationship. She wanted to stay in her seat a little longer, but seeing that the girls in the class had all stood up and were about to leave, she felt a little too conspicuous to stay in the classroom. Chapter 1032 Who is afraid of whom? Just then, Chen Yushu walked over, glanced at Pengzhan Xiao, and said, "Oh, silly girl, are you going to the gym to fight me?" "You're the silly girl," Pengzhan Xiao snorted. "Let's go." Who's afraid of who? Yesterday, Pengzhan Xiao and Chen Yushu couldn't decide who was more powerful, so Pengzhan Xiao naturally wouldn't let it go. Little did she know, it was Chen Yushu who approached her. Chu Mengyao and Chen Yushu had already agreed to Lin Yi dating Pengzhan Xiao during her final years. However, if things continued as they had done yesterday, there would inevitably be some conflict. If things changed so suddenly, Pengzhan Xiao would definitely become suspicious. So Chu Mengyao asked Chen Yushu to find a way to build a relationship with Pengzhan Xiao, so that at least their future encounters would be less awkward. "Lin Yi, here's your phone. Keep it for me," Pengzhan Xiao said, handing it to Lin Yi. Because cell phones are not allowed in the gym, one reason is that if you carry your phone on you, it will affect your training. The other reason is that you are afraid that someone with bad intentions will take pictures with their phone and take pictures of your classmates' exposed parts, which will cause problems. Therefore, there is an electronic product detector at the entrance of the gym. Over time, no one brings their cell phones in anymore. Otherwise, you would be worried if you put your phone in the box at the door, fearing that someone might take it away. Okay, Lin Yi nodded, took Pengzhan Xiao's phone, and watched her and Chen Yushu leave the classroom together. A smile crossed Lin Yi's lips. It seemed that Chen Yushu had already taken action. With Xiaoshu's methods, the two troublemakers would probably get along very quickly. Lin Yi's guess was correct. Chen Yushu was indeed taking action. She was indeed planning to compete with Pengzhan Xiao first, and then occasionally team up to play tricks on others. Their relationship would definitely heat up. Lin Yi's previous phone had been broken by Ma Zhu, so he was using a discarded one from the eldest daughter, similar to Xiaoshu's old flip phone, except with fewer features, a non-smartphone system, and no fun games. This class was physical education for the girls, but it was a study session for the boys, allowing them to study in the classroom. Of course, if they wanted to go out to the playground, no one would bother them. But high school seniors are more or less self-disciplined. Who would want to play with a college entrance exam coming up? Besides, even if they did, who would they play with? On their own? Although Lin Yi listened attentively in class, he didn't study afterward. After Pengzhan Group left, Lin Yi fiddled with her phone, pulled up Plants vs. Zombies, and started playing out of boredom. Boss, are you and Pengzhan Group hooking up? Pengzhan Group waited until all the girls had left before turning around and asking with a sly look. What do you mean by hooking up? You sound so harsh. Lin Yi gave a wry smile. Hey, I heard you guys whispering in class up front, and it seemed like Pengzhan Group even asked you to touch her chest, Pengzhan Group said with a grin. Lin Yi's face was immediately furious. Did Pengzhan Group hear all this? But Lin Yi could only explain speechlessly, I didn't touch her just now. You know her character, she dares to say anything. Oh, Pengzhan Group nodded, I know she didn't touch me, but you guys are developing very fast, right? And this afternoon, I saw her and Tang Yun together. Yeah, Lin Yi nodded. No way, she and Tang Yun are so good? Tang Yun agrees with you and Pengzhan Group. Pengzhan Group widened his eyes in surprise, although he had already guessed that Tang Yun and Pengzhan Group should be living in peace, because when he saw them at noon, the two were talking and laughing, and they didn't seem to be hostile. But after hearing Lin Yi's personal affirmation, Pengzhan Group still gave him a thumbs up in admiration. Boss, that's awesome. That's awesome. I admire you so much. Your skills in picking up girls are simply the best among the best. Sweat. Lin Yi broke out in a sweat. Actually, it was Tang Yun who accepted Pengzhan Group first, and then I accepted Pengzhan Group. You got it wrong, huh? Pengzhan Group was so stunned when he heard Lin Yi's words that he almost rolled his eyes. Tang Yun accepted first? And then Lin Yi accepted her? Are you kidding me? How is this possible? Tang Yun helped Lin Yi find a concubine? Okay, this matter is a bit complicated. I'll tell you in detail later. Lin Yi didn't want to hide Pengzhan Group's condition from Pengzhan Group, because only when Pengzhan Group understood everything would he be able to cooperate with him more tacitly. What's the matter? Tell me now. Pengzhan Group suddenly became curious. Well, that's fine. Lin Yi nodded and said, let's go for a walk. Pengzhan Group stood up with Lin Yi, and the two of them left the classroom and walked downstairs. Ziyu Feng, Wang Kongming and Li Pangu were whispering and plotting something. Mr. Z, I heard that girls were very little in the gymnasium during physical education class, and some even exposed their nipples, Wang Kongming said in a low voice. Oh, Ziyu Feng became interested when he heard it. Is it true? Of course it's true. Think about it, it's summer now, and the gymnasium is already hot. When you exercise, you will definitely sweat all over, and then Wang Kongming laughed lewdly. Would there be a lot of peeping people? You just transferred here and you know it. How could people who used to go to school here not know? Ziyu Feng was still a little unconvinced. Of course they know, but the windows of the gymnasium are very high, and the shortest one is more than 3 meters. Who can go up and look? Wang Kongming smiled and said, only a master like you, Mr. Z, can fly up there. Well, but it's not a good idea to do this, right? What if someone sees us? Ziyu Feng hesitated and said. Although peeping is very exciting, he also has to worry about his reputation, especially if he wants to pick up girls in school. It would be fun to peek, but if he is discovered, his reputation will be ruined. Behind the gymnasium is the back mountain of the school. How can anyone see it? Wang Kongming smiled and said, I have already scouted the terrain. You kid have planned this all along. Ziyu Feng nodded with relief when he heard that the windows behind the gymnasium faced the back mountain of the school. That's right, I have thought about it. When the time comes, I will use a camera to take photos of Pengzhan Group and the others exposing themselves, and then use them to threaten them. If they don't obey Mr. Z, I will expose them directly and see if they have any shame. Good idea. When Ziyu Feng heard Wang Kongming's idea, he immediately thought it was feasible. Girls all want to save face. If such photos are made public, their reputation will be ruined. It is better for them to obey him. Chapter 1033 A Fight to the Death. Okay, let's go now. Is the camera ready? Ziyu Feng asked. Mobile phones can't record clearly, of course. 60 times optical zoom, a new product. I just bought it. Wang Kongming took out a small TV from his school bag, smiled and said to Ziyu Feng, how about it? Not bad, right? It's a recent technological product. I heard that it can also be used to shoot AV. Oh, it looks good. Ziyu Fang took it and fiddled with it for a while, then gave it back to Wang Kongming, nodded and said, let's go peek. The three of them walked out of the classroom together. Ziyu Fang suddenly remembered that Lin Yi had just left the classroom, and asked subconsciously, could this kid Lin Yi be going to peek too? Possibly. Wang Kongming nodded, otherwise, why would he go out? Don't let him see us. Ziyu Fang frowned. Even better if we catch him. We can just record him with a camera. Then, we can make his story public and see if he'll be ruined. Wang Kongming chuckled disapprovingly. He was a rather sinister person, always thinking up some shady tricks. That's a great idea. Killing without being noticed. He, Lin Yi, let him be popular with women. Then, expose him and have him peek in on girls during gym class and see if he survives. Ziyu Fang nodded in appreciation. Lin Yi naturally had no idea that Ziyu Fang had already mistaken him for a thief like Ziyu Fang. At this moment, Lin Yi and Kang Xiaobo were casually chatting by a flower bed in the school playground. Boss, are you saying Feng Xiaoxiao is really going to die? She has a terminal illness, and even you can't do anything about it? Kang Xiaobo's eyes widened after hearing Lin Yi's explanation. He had never imagined that Feng Xiaoxiao, who seemed so full of life, was actually dying. I can't do anything. Lin Yi shook his head helplessly. My medical skills aren't omnipotent. They're limited to known illnesses. I can treat them, but I can't do anything about the unknown. I've already said that I haven't found any cause of illness in Feng Xiaoxiao's body. How can I treat her? That's right. We don't even know what's wrong with her, so how can we get a targeted treatment? Kang Xiaobo sighed and said, she's truly pitiful. Beauty is truly envied by heaven. Yeah, when she first approached me, I thought she had ulterior motives, but now it seems it doesn't matter. Whether she wants me to teach her how to race or something else, she has less than a year left to live. I'll just do my best to satisfy her. Lin Yi also figured things out. If Feng Xiaoxiao likes racing, then he'll try to fulfill her wish. However, he won't be doing it on a normal road, that's too dangerous. Lin Yi plans to take Feng Xiaoxiao to a race to give her a taste of what it's like. Boss, actually Feng Xiaoxiao told me about you several times before, but I didn't tell you. I kept it a secret. Kang Xiaobo hesitated for a moment and decided to confess to Lin Yi. Oh, Lin Yi narrowed his eyes and smiled at Kang Xiaobo. Kang Xiaobo felt a little embarrassed when Lin Yi looked at him. He coughed twice and said, Boss, actually Feng Xiaoxiao told me before that she likes you and wants to pursue you. I felt so pitiful when she said that, so I softened my heart and told her how to pursue you. Oh? How to pursue you? Lin Yi smiled. I told her that you are kind-hearted, and you respond softly. If she goes against you, there is no hope. But if she goes along with you in everything, there is still hope, Kang Xiaobo said embarrassedly. Haha, it's nothing, Lin Yi nodded. What Kang Xiaobo said was actually not something confidential. However, as one of the people Lin Yi trusted, Lin Yi still advised, Xiaobo, although you mean well, don't say these things in the future. You have to learn to keep secrets. I know, boss. In fact, I regretted it a few days after I said it. Kang Xiaobo smiled bitterly. I've read some books on business and corporate management, and they all mention the importance of trade secrets. But now that I've said it, I'm relieved. Haha, this is not a trade secret. Lin Yi waved his hand. But if you see a girl who likes me, let her chase me. I can't stand it. Huh. Why doesn't this kind of good thing happen to me? Kang Xiaobo also laughed. By the way, boss, Mr. Lai also asked me to attend the new product launch conference at the beginning of next month, but I think I'm in the internship stage now, so it's not suitable for me to step into the front stage. Right, what's inappropriate? There will be more occasions like this in the future, and there will always be a process of adaptation, Lin Yi said. When the time comes, just follow what Fatty Lai says and do it more. Okay, boss, Kang Xiaobo nodded. Let's go, let's take a stroll. Lin Yi sat for a while, then felt the sun was a bit too hot, so he stood up. Kang Xiaobo has now decided to work hard in business, so the college entrance examination is not very important. He can just spend money to go to a university and not take it too seriously. Studying hard for more than 10 years is just to have a good future. Kang Xiaobo has a future, so he will naturally not put the cart before the horse. Looking at the familiar campus, Kang Xiaobo felt a little emotional. 2 months ago, he was just an ordinary student, But after meeting Lin Yi, everything changed. He actually became the vice president of the company and found a beautiful girlfriend. Although his leg is a little lame, but with Lin Yi around, it won't be a problem to heal it. In the school gymnasium, Pengzhan and Chen Yashu are preparing for a decisive battle. The two are now at the starting line, their eyes wide open, glaring at each other. I told you can't do it, and it turns out you can't. You threw the shot put so close that it almost hit your own foot, Chen Yashu said proudly. I finally know what it means to shoot yourself in the foot. You're fat, so you're stronger than me. Pengzhan was very dissatisfied. She had never practiced shot put before. In her previous school, she either skipped classes or went to the doctor every day. How could she have the time to study what a shot put was? So the first time she threw it, she naturally lost to Chen Yashu without any suspense. Don't mention so many objective factors. You're a typical case of someone who can't poop and blames the toilet, Chen Yashu said with a smile. If you can't do it, you can't do it. What excuses are you making? Chapter 1034 Successful Counterattack. Xiaoshu, how can you say such rude things? Chu Mengyao, standing next to Chen Yashu, overheard her words and immediately glared at her. Sister Yao, I get it. Chen Yashu stuck out her tongue. You, Pengzhan, her heart nearly exploding with anger, glared at Chen Yashu. I'm definitely better than you in this sprint. Look at those two balls on your chest. They're just a burden. You'll be so happy when you run. If you want to win, cut them off. I think you're just jealous. Chen Yashu was unfazed. Haven't you seen your sister Xuanyuan getting breast augmentation? You're still too modest. Brother Arrow doesn't like small breasts. Chu Mengyao, listening nearby, frowned slightly. Lin Yi doesn't like small breasts? Shouldn't she also get larger breasts? Even Tang Yun has started to enlarge her breasts, so she must not fall behind. The eldest lady had never thought of enlarging her breasts before. After all, she had always lived in a world centered around herself, and in her life, she only had Xiaoshu as a friend. She didn't need to enlarge her breasts for anyone, and she didn't care whether her breasts were big or small to be liked by men. But now Chu Mengyao found that she seemed to start to care about these things. Well, it's not that she cares anymore, it's that she has grown up and loves beauty. Chu Mengyao found a reason for herself. That's right, she just likes to show off after growing up. Well, who said that? Lin Yi touched me and said it felt good, and he likes it very much, Pengzhan said angrily. Did he touch you? When? Chen Yashu was stunned. It was a while ago, when I was in Yanjing. I was sitting next to him at the auction. Pengzhan's words were well reasoned, and she also wanted to make Chen Yashu understand that she was not making it up. Oh, so it only happened once. Chen Yashu breathed a sigh of relief and grinned. Brother Arrow often touched me when he was home. He's done it several times. You're kidding? Pengzhan said, a hint of a smile playing on her lips, because out of the corner of her eye she saw the pay teacher had already raised the small flag in his hand, ready to start running. You're kidding? Chen Yashu was about to retort, but she realized something was wrong, because Pengzhan had already run. Sister Yao and the others had also started running. Haha, you big fool Shu, I'm going to run first. Pengzhan danced with joy. I'm definitely going to win this time. Wait for me, you're cheating. Chen Yashu took off running, trying to catch up with Pengzhan, but this was a 100-meter sprint, and Pengzhan had already run so far. How could Chen Yashu catch up? To run faster, Chen Yashu held her chest with her hands and ran forward, but by the time she reached the finish line, Pengzhan had already been there for several seconds. Ho-ha, Pengzhan laughed so hard she was about to cry. Ho-ha, I won. Xiaoxia, why wouldn't you be laughing to death? No wonder your name is Pengzhan. Chen Yashu was furious. If you hadn't cheated, would I have lost? What do you mean by cheating? The teacher waved the flag and I started running. How is that cheating? You didn't see it and you're saying I'm cheating? You're just unlucky and blaming society. Pengzhan finally countered Chen Yashu's blaming herself for not being able to poop. Chen Yashu hadn't expected Pengzhan to be so powerful. Fighting her, she couldn't even gain the upper hand. The two of them were now evenly matched. Ho-ha, I'm dying of laughter. Pengzhan continued to laugh, but after 2 laughs, she abruptly stopped with a crack. She clutched her stomach and squatted down in pain. Chen Yushu looked at Feng Xiaoxiao curiously. What's wrong? I just ran, and I got a stitch in the side from laughing. It hurts so much, Feng Xiaoxiao said weakly, squatting on the ground. Huh? Chen Yushu's eyes widened, nearly bursting out in laughter. What does it mean when happiness turns to sorrow? This is it. A living example. But thinking of Feng Xiaoxiao's pitiful life, Chen Yushu naturally stopped laughing. She squatted down, pulled Feng Xiaoxiao up, and said, "Come on, I'll help you to the bench over there to rest." At this moment, the physical education teacher also noticed something was wrong and came over to ask what was going on. Chu Mengyao stayed to explain, telling the teacher that Feng Xiaoxiao just had a stitch in the side. The teacher then breathed a sigh of relief and left. If something else happened to the student, the physical education teacher would also be responsible. Feng Xiaoxiao looked at Chen Yushu in surprise. The two had been enemies before, and she was a little skeptical that Chen Yushu would be so kind as to help her rest. You really want to help me rest? Feng Xiaoxiao looked at Chen Yushu in disbelief. Oh, Chen Yushu's mind raced. Her behavior was indeed a little unusual. Normally, Feng Xiaoxiao had a stitch in the side, and seeing her in pain, she should have pointed at her and laughed out loud. But Chen Yushu simply couldn't laugh. However, she finally came up with a plausible excuse, so she said, "We're evenly matched, so I naturally can't let you die so quickly. I, Xiaoshu, am a very upright person and never take advantage of others in need. So wait until you've rested first, and then we'll compete again. It's the tie now, haha." "That's right," Feng Xiaoxiao said, listening to Chen Yushu's explanation. It made sense, so she nodded and said, "You're quite a nice person. If you hadn't been competing with me for Lin Yi, we could have gotten along well." Yeah, I thought so too," Chen Yushu nodded. The two of them sat down on chairs near the gymnasium to rest. After a while, Feng Xiaoxiao seemed to have recovered, but she didn't dare to exercise vigorously again. "I'm afraid I can't compete with you today. I still feel a little uncomfortable and I'm afraid of another stitch." "That's okay. If fighting doesn't work, let's have a verbal fight," Chen Yushu said nonchalantly. "Verbal fight?" Feng Xiaoxiao blinked. "A prank competition, to see who has the better tricks," Chen Yushu said. "That's a good idea. But who should we play?" "First things first, I'm not going to play Lin Yi." Feng Xiaoxiao's butt hurt just thinking about playing pranks on Lin Yi. Besides, she didn't want to play pranks on Lin Yi anymore. "Oh, I can't play pranks on Rugli. He's too powerful. Only a fool would do that." Chen Yushu shook her head, suddenly looking at Feng Xiaoxiao and grinning slyly. Humph, Feng Xiaoxiao knew exactly what Chen Yushu was laughing at. She was mocking her for her reckless pranks on Lin Yi, which had ended in disaster. Her face flushed instantly, and she argued, "I didn't understand the situation, why are you laughing?" Chapter 1035 The prank duo is in action. "Nothing to laugh at?" Chen Yushu looked up at the sky, as if he didn't know anything and didn't want to ask me anything. However, suddenly, Chen Yushu exclaimed, "Huh? What's wrong?" Feng Xiaoxiao was a little surprised. "Look at the air vent above our heads." Chen Yushu pointed to the top of his head with a strange look on his face. "What's wrong with the air vent?" Feng Xiaoxiao raised his head with some confusion, but was shocked when he saw it. Because there was a person lying outside the air vent. It's just that there was an anti-theft safety net outside the air vent, and people couldn't stick their heads in from the outside. Ziyu Fen, Feng Xiaoxiao immediately recognized a person on the air vent. It was Ziyu Fen, the new transfer student from yesterday. He couldn't help but feel a little annoyed. This guy looks decent, why is he so perverted? He even peeked at girls training. Yeah, but we found him. Chen Yushu's face showed excitement. Feng Xiaoxiao caught Chen Yushu's gaze and nodded knowingly. Without needing to exchange much, the two of them quietly stood up and headed for the gymnasium storage room nearby. The gym teacher had opened the storage room to retrieve the shot-put balls and other training equipment, leaving the door unlocked. After all, the balls had to be put back after class. And the teacher couldn't have anticipated anyone going into the storage room during class. Chen Yushu and Feng Xiaoxiao were actually searching for a handy prank. The gymnasium storage room was large and filled with a wide variety of items. Besides training equipment, it also held sportswear and school security uniforms. Chen Yushu pulled out a few pairs of ice skates and spike shoes from a shelf, grinning uncontrollably. Feng Xiaoxiao glanced at the weapons in Chen Yashu's hands, her lips curling slightly. You want them to fall down and sit on it? Yeah, but how do you make them fall? Chen Yashu nodded, but then felt a bit puzzled. Feng Xiaoxiao's eyes scanned the warehouse when they suddenly caught sight of something. She quickly ran over, picked it up, and waved happily. Leave this to me. Let them have a taste of the electric baton. Feng Xiaoxiao suddenly had a stun baton in her hand. It was used by the school security guards during their nighttime patrols, but there were naturally extras, stored in the warehouse like their uniforms. Then let's split up. Chen Yashu felt Feng Xiaoxiao was a match made in heaven. This time, Ziyu Feng and the others were doomed. No problem, Feng Xiaoxiao raised her right hand. Chen Yashu, understanding, reached out and high-fived Feng Xiaoxiao. I wish us great victory. I'll set the trap, then imitate a cat's meow under the adjacent air vent, and you shock them. With that, Chen Yashu ran out of the gymnasium through the warehouse's back door, clutching a pile of spiked shoes, ice skates, and other items. Feng Xiaoxiao, holding the stun baton, approached the air vent next to Ziyu Feng's. Because this place was essentially a blind spot, if Ziyu Feng hadn't deliberately tilted his eyes downward, it would have been impossible to see the people in the seats below. And since Feng Xiaoxiao was sitting under the adjacent air vent, it was even harder to spot. Ziyu Feng, Li Pangu, and Wang Kongming all climbed onto the wire mesh above one of the air vents. Although the mesh was quite high, with the help of Ziyu Feng's key, Li Pangu and Wang Kongming were easily pulled up. Did you find her? Why can't I see Feng Xiaoxiao? Ziyu Feng observed outside the air vent for a long time, but couldn't see her. He muttered to himself, somewhat puzzled, did this girl skip class? Yeah, I didn't see her either, but I did see Chu Mengyao. But Chu Mengyao was wearing shorts and a shirt, so there wasn't much to see, Wang Kongming said with some regret. That busted chick named Chen Yashu wasn't even seen, Fat Tiger Li said lewdly. I can't sleep when I think of her breasts. Chen Yashu had just reached the 3 men and, hearing Li Fat Tiger's slander, was furious. She thought to herself, my breasts are for Brother Wrigley, and you dare to fantasize about them. HMPH, these ice skates are for you. Better sit on your balls. Chen Yashu arranged her ice skates and spike shoes where the 3 men would fall, then tiptoed to hide under the wall beneath the air vent. This way, Ziyu Feng and the others couldn't see her. After doing all this, Chen Yashu pinched her nose and imitated a cat's meow. Meow. This meow startled Ziyu Feng and the others. Although Ziyu Feng was a Xuan-level master, to conceal his identity, he didn't dare to use his key freely. He had used a little key when climbing the barbed wire, but he kept it contained the rest of the time. Who knew when Lin Yi would appear? He saw Lin Yi leave the classroom. What if Lin Yi came nearby? So he naturally didn't notice that Chen Yashu had sneaked over. What's that sound? Ziyu Feng frowned. It sounds like a cat's meowing. It's okay, Wang Kongming shook his head and said. Yes, it's a cat's meowing, and it's a female cat in heat, Li Pangu also echoed. Oh, Ziyu Feng nodded and continued to peek. Chen Yashu was furious. Your mother is the female cat in heat. You'll be in trouble later. In the gymnasium, Feng Xiaoxiao heard the signal sent by Chen Yashu and quickly climbed up the edge of the air vent along the back of the seat. Because the seats supported her feet and the terrain inside the stadium was higher than outside, Feng Xiaoxiao easily climbed up the air vent. Hehe. Feng Xiaoxiao grinned, turned on the switch of the electric baton, and touched it to the wire mesh. The wire mesh outside the air vents were all interconnected, so when Feng Xiaoxiao touched them with the electric baton, Ziyu Feng, Wang Kongming, and Li Pangu over there immediately screamed, shivered all over, and fell off the electric fence. However, at the moment of falling, Ziyu Feng saw the spike shoes and ice skates below, and was immediately shocked. If he sat on them directly, he would get an anal fistula. Ziyu Feng was shocked, and he subconsciously wanted to use his true energy to protect himself and then jump away. This would also push Wang Kongming and Li Pangu away in an instant. Huh? Isn't this Ziyu Feng? Are you playing the flying trapeze? A voice sounded faintly beside him, startling Ziyu Feng. He subconsciously suppressed the true energy in his body and dared not run it anymore. Because this voice was exactly Lin Yi's voice. Chapter 1036 Tragedy happens again. After Lin Yi finished talking with Kang Xiaobo, he stood up and casually walked around the playground. Suddenly, He remembered the tree he'd planted a while ago and wondered what had become of it. So, he and King Xiaobo decided to go to the back hills to check it out. As they passed behind the gymnasium, they saw the clever little Chen Yushu setting a trap. However, Lin Yi didn't say anything. He wanted to see how Chen Yushu could trick Ziyu Fang into falling for it after she'd finished setting it up. Logically, with Ziyu Fang's skills, even if he saw spike shoes and ice skates beneath him, he'd be able to jump out of the way, and it wouldn't pose much of a threat to him. The next moment, Lin Yi saw Chen Yushu hiding in a corner and meowing like a cat. Not long after, Ziyu Fang and the other two let out a cry, as if struck by something, and fell from the wire mesh. Lin Yi took a closer look and saw Feng Xiaoxiao, smirking from another air vent, holding an electric baton and covering her mouth with her hand. A chill ran down Lin Yi's spines. These two girls were truly mean. Ziyu Fang was so unlucky to meet these two people. However, Lin Yi found that Ziyu Fang seemed to be using true ki to protect his body, so Lin Yi came out. He knew that Ziyu Fang deliberately wanted to hide his strength in front of him, so he didn't mind letting Ziyu Fang have some fun again and enjoy the pleasure of a rocket shooting through his asshole. Sure enough, as soon as Lin Yi opened his mouth, Ziyu Fang dispersed his true ki. Ziyu Fang dispersed his true ki subconsciously, but after it dispersed, he suddenly remembered that there were spike shoes and ice skates under his butt. This is not a joke. If he gets pricked, how can it be cured? Even if Lin Yi discovered his strength, he couldn't just watch himself sit on the spiked shoes. That would undoubtedly be tantamount to seeking death. But when Ziyu Fang discovered this, it was too late to save himself. By the time he tried to summon his ki again, it was too late. He sat down on his spike shoes and let out another miserable howl. Fat Tiger Li and Kongming Wang were not much better off. Fat Tiger Li was the fatter one, and he sat down on the ice skates, which sliced right between his buttocks, slicing his balls. He rolled his eyes in pain and fainted from convulsions. Although Wang Kongming's balls weren't cut, his buttocks were cut into 4 pieces, and the pain was excruciating. Ziyu Fang tragically discovered that he had prolapsed his anus from the prick. Oh, Chen Yushu clapped her hands happily. She hadn't expected Lin Yi to come, so she ran to him with a smile. Brother Arrow, you're here. They're performing SM. Ziyu Fang's eyes rolled back and he almost fainted after hearing what Chen Yushu said. Performing SM? Is there such a performance? Is he mentally deficient? However, he also knew that what he was doing was shameful. If his peeping was discovered, his reputation at school would be ruined, and he would never be able to pursue any girls again. With this in mind, Ziyu Fang gritted his teeth and, despite the pain, stood up from the ground. As a cultivator, he possessed a formidable ability to endure. He kicked the unconscious Li Pangu, then tugged at the wailing Wen Kongming, angrily yelling, "If you don't want to die, get up and go to the hospital." Although Li Pangu's testicles had been cut, Ziyu Fang's kick still woke him up. So, he got up from the ground and ran to the hospital with Ziyu Fang and Wang Kongming. Feng Xiaoxiao also spotted Lin Yi from the air vent. She put the electric baton back into storage and rushed out of the gym. This scene went unnoticed by the teachers and students training over there. After all, the training over there was in full swing, with everyone shouting slogans, making the noise here much quieter. Lin Yi, why are you here? Feng Xiaoxiao, not wanting to be outdone, saw Chen Yushu talking to Lin Yi. You too. Lin Yi gave a wry smile. You're playing too hard, aren't you? Oh, Brother Arrow, who do you think is more ruthless between the two of us? Chen Yushu asked. After saying that, she looked at Lin Yi expectantly. Feng Xiaoxiao did the same. She and Chen Yushu were tied at 1-1 before, so they were both equally matched. So Lin Yi's evaluation was very important now. Of course, even if it wasn't a 1-1 tie before, Lin Yi's evaluation was still very important now, because what they wanted most was Lin Yi's approval. I think you two can only play your most powerful role together, Lin Yi said. Oh, so that's it. Chen Yushu frowned after hearing what Lin Yi said, but after thinking for a while, she reluctantly said to Feng Xiaoxiao, since Brother Arrow likes the combination of the two of us, I will reluctantly combine with you occasionally. Huh? Reluctantly? Feng Xiaoxiao curled her lips in disdain. I am just considering Lin Yi's face and combining with you. But if you dare to take the initiative to provoke me, I will break up with you and go solo. It's okay for me not to provoke, but you can't take the initiative to provoke me. Chen Yushu thought for a while and said, how about this? Whoever provokes first will give up. You are just a little wife. If you don't take the initiative to provoke me, why should I care about you? I am also a little wife, you won't affect me in any way, Pengzhan Group said. That's true, Chen Yushu nodded. After all the fighting, she's still the concubine. Let Sister Yao fight for the wife herself. Lin Yi smiled slightly, knowing that Chen Yushu was proactive and showing goodwill. If Chen Yushu hadn't bowed her head first, Pengzhan Group probably wouldn't have bowed her head so easily. But the result now was good. The two of them were no longer hostile to each other. Although their relationship wouldn't be so harmonious all at once, it would definitely get along better after some time of contact. Because these two people had a unique common ground, they could team up to play tricks on others. Okay, class isn't over yet. Hurry and take these spike shoes and other things back to the gym. Don't let anyone find them. Lin Yi pointed to the bloody spike shoes and ice skates on the ground and said. Oh, alright. Chen Yushu picked up the spiked shoes, and Pengzhan Group also offered a hand to help. The two of them quietly took the items back. Pengzhan Group, standing by, remained silent. He knew he couldn't get a word in at this point, so he just watched silently. After Pengzhan Group and Chen Yushu left, he sighed. Ziyu Feng is so unlucky. His butt is so badly beaten. It's a good thing you, boss, were able to subdue these two devils, otherwise how would he have lived in the future? Lin Yi smiled. Indeed, Chen Yushu and Pengzhan Group were devils in front of outsiders, but they were very gentle to him. What is this? Lin Yi suddenly noticed a silvery white object on the ground. It was dropped by Ziyu Feng and the others, but they left in such a hurry that they didn't take it with them. Chapter 1037 Pengzhan Group's Wish. DV, Pengzhan Group picked it up and took a look, and found that it was a small video recorder. They are not trying to take secret photos, are they? Lin Yi shrugged. See if there is any video in it, and delete it. Pengzhan Group called up the video inside, and sure enough, it was shot in the gymnasium just now. A group of female classmates were training, and some girls were indeed wearing very little. But there was no video of Chu Mengyao and Chen Yushu. Pengzhan Group took a casual look and pressed the delete button to delete the video. Although he was also lustful, he would not look at such immoral things for too long. Boss, what should we do with this DV? Pengzhan Group asked. Take it back and play with it. Are you going to give it back to Ziyu Feng? Lin Yi never thought about returning the item to its original owner. Oh, that's fine. Take it back and let Ziyu Feng play with it. Pengzhan Group happily put the DV away. After this incident, Lin Yi no longer had any desire to wander around campus. He said to Pengzhan Group, let's go back to the classroom. Pengzhan Group also wanted to go back and figure out how to use the DV so he could take a selfie with Ziyu Feng. Although he and Ziyu Feng hadn't done anything yet, it was a good idea to rehearse. Lin Yi and Pengzhan Group returned to the classroom. Ziyu Feng and the other two hadn't returned. Their seats were empty. They had obviously gone to the hospital for a checkup. But Lin Yi didn't bother to pay them any attention. If you're willing to hide your abilities, then go ahead and hide them. Then Chen Yushu and Pengzhan Group will bully you every day and torture you to death. Let's see how long you can endure this. Pengzhan Group went to figure out how to operate the DV, while Lin Yi sat back and continued playing the game he'd been playing. After a while, Lin Yi felt bored and quit the game to check his phone for anything else. Lin Yi was just casually browsing his phone when he accidentally accessed a notepad app, which contained a file called My Wish. Originally, Lin Yi saw that it was a private folder, and he was ready to exit immediately after entering it. However, when he saw the file called My Wish, Lin Yi hesitated again. Lin Yi was very clear about Pengzhan Group's situation. She could only live for a year at most, and this was the most optimistic scenario. To put it a little sadly, Pengzhan Group might die tomorrow. Therefore, Lin Yi was still very concerned about Pengzhan Group's wishes before her death. If possible, Lin Yi wanted to fulfill Pengzhan Group one by one. This would also allow Pengzhan Group to live her life without regrets. However, when Lin Yi was about to check the file called My Wish, the get-out-of-class bell rang at an inopportune time. Lin Yi frowned. Although the gymnasium was a certain distance away from the teaching building, Pengzhan Group would be back in a few minutes. Thinking of this, Lin Yi no longer hesitated, clicked on the file called My Wish, and checked the contents inside. After opening it, Lin Yi discovered that this My Wish file was not completed in one day, but was divided into many pages. Each page contained only one wish and the date it was made. Pengzhan Group would mark any fulfilled wishes as fulfilled in the index. Those that didn't were naturally left unmarked. Lin Yi gave a wry smile. If all the wishes were on one page, he might be able to finish reading them in a few minutes, but if he had to flip through them page by page, he probably wouldn't be able to finish them today. Luckily, he had weekly physical education classes, so Lin Yi wasn't in a rush to finish them all in one day. He'd read as much as he could today, picking out the easier ones to help Pengzhan Group first. Lin Yi clicked on the link with the earliest date on the index page and began reading. Can my illness really be cured? I'm going to hospital in Yanjing with my dad for a checkup tomorrow. They say it specializes in genetic diseases. I'm so nervous. I hope they can cure me. Looking at Pengzhan Group's wish, Lin Yi was speechless. If her illness could be cured, why would he bother fulfilling her wish? Pengzhan Group's wish was truly. Looking at the date it was made, Lin Yi shook his head and gave a wry smile. This wish had been written 3 years ago. Back then, Pengzhan Group must have still had some fantasies about her illness. But, was Pengzhan Group using this phone 3 years ago? It seemed likely she had imported it after changing phones. Lin Yi closed this wish and looked at the next day's wish. Compared to the first, the second was more ordinary. I want a sports car. This wish had also been written 3 years ago, but it was marked as fulfilled. Lin Yi then remembered that he didn't have time to read the fulfilled wishes, so he quickly exited and looked for the unfulfilled ones. However, fulfilled wishes still made up a large portion of the file. Lin Yi finally found a wish not marked fulfilled and clicked on it to read. I really want to have a best friend, someone I can confide in my inner loneliness to, and share my joys and sorrows with in the same bed. But I am destined not to have a true friend, and I don't want my best friend to suffer because of my death. Seeing Pengzhan Group's wish, Lin Yi couldn't help but take a deep breath, feeling very heavy. Judging from the tone of this wish, Pengzhan Group must have known that her disease was incurable, so she had such feelings. Perhaps she had already despaired of curing her own disease. Having a friend, a close best friend. This seems to be a very simple thing in the eyes of a normal girl. Who doesn't have a few true friends since childhood? Which girl hasn't slept in the same bed with her best friend? But this simple thing became a luxury in Pengzhan Group's eyes. And her kindness, and her unwillingness to let her death bring pain to her friend, also deeply touched Lin Yi. However, Lin Yi really couldn't fulfill this wish, because he couldn't be a best friend. Could he castrate himself? However, I could suggest that Tang Yun and Xiaoshu become Pengzhan Group's besties. That would be a good idea. Lin Yi quickly took a picture of this wish with his phone, then, not wanting to delay, opened another wish not marked accomplished and began reading. I want to be a race car driver and participate in a thrilling race. I love the feeling of speed that comes with racing, but my skills are too poor, and no one wants me to compete. This was followed by a sweaty emoji. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1038 Shocking Wish. Well, Lin Yi might consider helping Pengzhan Group realize this wish. After all, it wasn't too much of a request, and Lin Yi could do it. It wasn't until that moment that Lin Yi understood that Pengzhan Group wasn't a rebellious person who loved racing, but rather a dream to become a race car driver. Yes, everyone has dreams in childhood, but as they age, these dreams gradually fade. What had he dreamed of back then? A peasant woman? A mountain spring? A little farmland? Yes, Lin Yi's dreams were simple. When he was a child with the old man, Lin Yi hadn't imagined a future as a killer, nor had he given much thought to his future life. He had imagined himself like the other rural children around him, like Dan, farming and collecting mountain products with him to support the family. But later, as Lin Yi grew older, he began carrying out various missions, both simple and complex. He lost sight of his dreams. This life of wandering was his life's constant. The occasional free time he'd spend chatting with Dan back home was his most leisurely time. As the years passed, he grew up, and so did Dan. His fate had changed with the old man, and he was destined to never become a farmer. Dan's fate, likewise, had changed because of him. He was destined not to be an ordinary farmer, but to be a farmer in his hometown. Thinking of Dan, Lin Yi missed him a little. It had been a while since he'd seen him, and he wondered if he'd finished his spring plowing. He figured it should be about time, right? He'd find time to call him and ask him to come to Songshan City. So, the life Lin Yi was living now was arguably the most leisurely he'd ever been since his childhood. He had food, drink, and beautiful women. Although it was fraught with danger and peril, Lin Yi was content with it. Even so, Lin Yi still felt his life was better than Pengzhan Group's. Although his fate was uncertain, he had a friend, Gudan. Although Gudan was a bit clumsy and a bit aggressive, he was very much Lin Yi's cup of tea. At least he was a genuine person. Whatever Lin Yi said to him, he'd just laugh and never tell anyone. Therefore, Lin Yi did not hide his experiences over the years from Gudan, and Gudan was also a very loyal listener. Shaking his head, Lin Yi suddenly remembered that he was running out of time. The get out of class was over, and he was reading Feng Xiao's wish, and he had been distracted. Lin Yi did not dare to neglect it. He quickly took a photo of Feng Xiao's wish to record it, closed it, and continued to read the next wish. I also want to fall in love, have a boyfriend who cares about me and cherishes me. I envy others who are enjoying the romantic moments. But I can't hurt others. If I die, my lover will be sad. However, this wish was divided into two parts. The top one was written 2 years ago, and below it, there was another note. The date was more recent. I've decided, I want to have a relationship with Lin Yi. Who made him piss on me and set off firecrackers on my butt. I want revenge on him. I want him to fall in love with me, and then I'll die in front of him to make him sad. Zio, you have to keep up the good work. Lin Yi looked at the message and broke into a sweat. No way? He had felt that something was amiss with Feng Xiao before. Wasn't the change from hostility to liking him a bit too fast? Looking at the date on this comment. It was the day Feng Xiao wrote it about her change of heart. However, underneath this comment, there was another one, which made Lin Yi sigh after reading it. Is this what it feels like to be in love? It's so good. I wish I could lie forever. This comment was dated last night, and looking at it, Lin Yi's heart was undoubtedly heavy. The meaning of this comment was obvious. Feng Xiao must have changed from her initial desire for revenge. She wanted to live forever, so what was the point of talking about revenge? Lin Yi smiled bitterly. He was afraid that Feng Xiao had made a fate come true. However, this one was a wish that was being fulfilled, and it was almost realized. There was no need for Lin Yi to dwell on it anymore. Whatever Feng Xiao's original purpose for liking him, Lin Yi could understand and tolerate it. In fact, thinking carefully about Feng Xiao's life experience and personality, Lin Yi didn't blame her for going so far back then. Imagine if it were Chen Yushu, let alone setting off firecrackers on her butt. Even if someone peed on her head, she'd be driven mad and fight to the death, right? And Feng Xiao actually adopted such a strategy of killing 1,000 enemies and hurting herself 800 times, falling in love with Lin Yi, hoping to make him lose her after falling in love with her. In reality, this wasn't revenge at all, but a moment of indulgence in her final moments. Lin Yi closed the wish and moved on to the next one. I saw a TV show today where the hero and heroine watched the sunrise together at the beach and cooked breakfast with seawater. So romantic. I'd love to, too, but I want a fried egg. Lin Yi couldn't help but find Feng Xiao's somewhat bizarre wish amusing. A fried egg? Eating a fried egg while watching the sunrise? How could that even seem so inappropriate? But since it was Feng Xiao's wish, Lin Yi took a picture of it with his phone. After all, this wish was easier to fulfill. Time was running out, so Lin Yi closed the wish and quickly read the next one. Su Shihan is so beautiful. I wish I were a boy, so I could knock her out. Lin Yi had barely opened Feng Xiao's wish when he was completely exhausted. It seemed like he couldn't possibly fulfill this wish. Could he send Feng Xiao for a sex change operation? But that was only the first half of the sentence. There was more to it. Lin Yi continued reading. I've decided to hand this daunting task over to my boyfriend. Let him knock her out, and then we'll have some fun together. Ha ha ha, Xiao, you're such a genius. But it seems like a pipe dream. After reading the second half, Lin Yi nearly threw Feng Xiao's phone away. Wasn't that too cruel? Lin Yi felt more and more that if Feng Xiao hadn't died, she would definitely have gotten along with Chen Yushu. In some ways, the two of them had a lot in common, and their ideas were equally shocking. However, Lin Yi still took a picture of the wish for Pengzhan Group. Okay, when I get a chance, I'll ask that famous star named Su Shihan if she's a lesbian. If so, then Pengzhan Group's wish can still be fulfilled. Chapter 1039, Wish Fulfilled. After reading this wish, Lin Yi turned it off and was about to continue reading other wishes, but he saw that the female classmates in the class had already started to enter the classroom one after another. Pengzhan Group should have been there soon. Lin Yi quickly used his phone to exit, then opened the game and started playing again. Pengzhan Group walked into the classroom with Chen Yushu. The two of them were talking and laughing, and it seemed that there was no longer any conflict between them. However, it was obvious that the two of them were not that close yet. It was indeed unlikely that they would become close in one day. Pengzhan Group walked over to sit next to Lin Yi. Seeing Lin Yi playing with her phone, she asked curiously, "What are you doing, playing games?" Lin Yi pretended to have just noticed Pengzhan Group return, put his phone on the desk, and said, "You're back." "Yeah, I am." Pengzhan Group picked up the phone from the desk, glanced at the game interface on the screen, and asked, "Are you still playing?" "Not anymore." Lin Yi shook his head. "This phone is nice. I'll buy one when I have time in a couple of days, then you should buy mine too. We can have a couple's phone." Pengzhan Group closed the game on her phone and put it in her pocket, not even thinking about the wish inside. "Yes," Lin Yi said casually. Lin Yi's straightforward agreement stunned Pengzhan Group. She hadn't expected Lin Yi to agree to her proposal so readily. If it were before, Lin Yi would probably have refused outright. "Then after school, let's go to the phone store together to buy it," Pengzhan Group asked excitedly. "Let's talk about it later," Lin Yi shook his head. "The phone stores are closed after school. Let's wait until the weekend." "That's fine." Pengzhan Group thought he was just trying to put her off, but after hearing the second half, she knew it wasn't the case and cheered up again. "Zia Group, why do you always want to learn racing from me?" Lin Yi took the initiative to bring up Pengzhan Group's aspirations. Previously, Lin Yi had thought Pengzhan Group was just fooling around, overlooking the fact that she had a dream of becoming a race car driver. "Because I'm interested in cars. After watching The Fast and the Furious, I've wanted to be a race car driver." Pengzhan Group didn't hide it, but smiled and said, "But I know it's impossible. My skills are just average. Who would let me compete?" "Well, that's right," Lin Yi nodded. "I thought you were just fooling around. If you really want to be a race car driver, I can teach you." "Really?" Pengzhan Group's eyes widened. Happiness came so suddenly, she wasn't prepared. In the past 2 days, good things have happened one after another, catching Pengzhan Group off guard. She felt like she was dreaming. It was too unreal. "Of course it's true. Did I lie to you about what I promised you?" Lin Yi said with a smile. Pengzhan Group was so excited that she couldn't speak. But after the excitement subsided, she sighed and said, "Oh, forget it, I'm not going to learn it anymore. Driving is something that you can't learn in a short time. It takes constant training. I don't have that much patience." Although Pengzhan Group said this, it was just an excuse. What she was really worried about was how much longer she could live. There were only a few short years left in her life. Even if Pengzhan Group went to learn to drive, she wouldn't learn anything. It would be better to use this time to do something else. However, Lin Yi heard some meaning in Pengzhan Group's excuse. Pengzhan Group said that she had no patience, but in fact, she didn't have that much time in her life. Lin Yi sighed inwardly, but appeared calm on the surface. Songshan City should have one of those underground racetracks, right? Have you been there? Yes, of course. The mention of racing perked up Pengzhan Group, seemingly forgetting her earlier sadness. It's on the winding road of Balan Mountain. It's an underground racetrack. There's a race every Friday night, and some racing enthusiasts practice there on weekdays. "Oh? Have you ever participated in a race?" Lin Yi asked with a smile. "My skills aren't great, so I just practice on weekdays. I wouldn't be able to compete in a real race." Pengzhan Group shook her head. "At most I lost, so what?" Lin Yi was a little puzzled. "At least participating in the race is an experience. How can it be that simple?" "There's a price to pay for losing." Pengzhan Group shook her head repeatedly. "The loser has to pay the winner 200,000. How can I have that kind of money?" "Just sell me out." Lin Yi smacked his lips in amazement. Sure enough, there were interests involved. No race was just for nothing. 200,000 yuan might not seem like much to Lin Yi, but it was a lot for a Pengzhan Group. If she had more money, she wouldn't just buy an Audi TT, she'd probably have bought a sports car like an Audi R8 long ago. So, if I win, I get 200,000 yuan, Lin Yi asked. No, the winner only gets 150,000, and the organizers take a cut of the remaining 50,000, Pengzhan Group said. Oh? This organization is quite profitable, Lin Yi said indifferently. However, this matter didn't concern Lin Yi much, and he didn't bother to care. Song Lingshan didn't bother either, so why would Lin Yi bother with the organizers of some underground racing? Yet, there are at least 10 races every week, and you can make 500,000 yuan. That's enough to buy another car, Pengzhan Group said with some envy. But winning 150,000 is not bad either. Let's go racing on Friday and earn enough money to buy a phone, Lin Yi smiled and said. What do you think? You? You want to go racing with me? Pengzhan Group was startled, her eyes widening. Yet, you don't want to go, Lin Yi asked. I want to go, Pengzhan Group nodded repeatedly, fearing that Lin Yi would change his mind. Are you really going racing? That's great. Ho ha, I can also participate in racing competitions. You want to drive? Lin Yi was speechless looking at Pengzhan Group's happy face. In the competition, it was also Lin Yi who drove, and Pengzhan Group would probably lose if she drove. Yet, I will lose as soon as I drive. Pengzhan Group was suddenly a little frustrated. Lin Yi looked at Pengzhan Group's expression, but secretly made a decision in his heart. Although this decision was a bit dangerous, this kind of danger was nothing to Lin Yi, and it was within the controllable range. In the evening after school, Pengzhan Group drove back by herself. Because she could not take Lin Yi's car, Pengzhan Group was a little disappointed. After all, she had her own car, and it was a bit unreasonable for her to not drive and still rely on Lin Yi to send her. Chapter 1040. Who is Gauden? Looking at her beloved sports car, Pengzhan Group had an urge to smash it for the first time. Sports car, it's not that I don't like you anymore, it's just that I seem to like Lin Yi more. Pengzhan Group muttered as she got into the car and started the car, but when she reversed, it was not easy to reverse. There were vendors selling snacks nearby, and people were coming and going after school. In the past, Pengzhan Group didn't need to reverse, she could just turn around and get out, but today there was a Lamborghini stuck next to her car, so she couldn't turn around and had to reverse. Lin Yi also saw this scene and frowned immediately. Ziyu Fang went to see a doctor but didn't drive the car away, leaving it in the way. In fact, it's not that Ziyu Fang didn't want to drive away, it was really because Ziyu Fang couldn't drive away. His butt was cut, and it hurt to sit down, let alone drive. Ziyu Fang, Wang Kongming and Li Fafu directly called an ambulance and simply didn't think about driving. I can't get the car out. Lin Yi, please help me get it out. Pengzhan Group wanted to say, I'm not driving home anymore, I'll take your car, but she didn't have the nerve to say it out loud. Whose sports car is this? Why aren't you driving away? Tang Yun looked at the Lamborghini with some surprise. Although she didn't know what kind of car it was, it couldn't be cheap. Who would leave a car here for so long without driving it? That's Ziyu Fang from yesterday, Lin Yi said. But this guy got unlucky today. Xia Oxio and Xia Oshu teamed up to play a prank on him. I guess he can't drive anymore and is in the hospital getting some medicine. Oh? What happened? Tang Yun was curious, a puzzled look on her face. Haha, Xia Oxio, tell Yunayan what happened, and I'll help you get the car out, Lin Yi said. Okay, Xia Oxio was also willing to share this with Tang Yun, happily holding Tang Yun's hand and going to talk. Compared to Chen Yashu, Xia Oxio and Tang Yun were closer now. After having lunch together this afternoon, the two of them had an even closer rapport. In reality, Xia Oxio was intentionally trying to befriend Tang Yun, and Tang Yun was also deliberately trying to please her, which led to their rapid development. Lin Yi walked over, but didn't get into Xia Oxio's car. Instead, he came up to Ziyu Fang's Lamborghini and kicked it. Bang! With a loud bang, the Lamborghini was kicked sideways across a parking space. However, Lin Yi wasn't done. He kicked it again, and with another bang, the car moved sideways again. Lin Yi frowned and continued to kick furiously. Soon, the brand new Lamborghini was riddled with dents, and the alarm blared. However, Everyone in the snack street knew Lin Yi and his dominance, so no one tried to stop him. Instead, they seemed to gloat over the foolish driver who had blocked Lin Yi's path with his car. In the blink of an eye, Lin Yi kicked the Lamborghini to the bottom of the wall, and the driver's door was tightly stuck to the wall. If he didn't climb over from the passenger seat, he probably wouldn't be able to drive the car away. Pengzhan Xiao and Tang Yun were stunned, looking at Lin Yi in amazement. However, Lin Yi had done a lot of cruel things. Lin Yi had demolished Zhao Kaibing's building twice, let alone kicking a car. Tang Yun was no longer surprised, but Pengzhan Xiao was shocked. Wow! So cool. Pengzhan Xiao didn't expect Lin Yi to be so fierce. He kicked the Lamborghini to the bottom of the wall with just a few kicks. I guess tomorrow morning, when Ziyu Fang sees his newly bought car covered in scars and stuck to the corner of the wall, he will be in tears, right? Done. Lin Yi walked back with ease, as if he hadn't been the one to kick the car. He walked up to Tang Yun and Pengzhan Xiao and said, "Let's go." Pengzhan Xiao told Tang Yun about Ziyu Fang's miserable plight, and Tang Yun felt a little sympathetic. Yesterday, he was beaten up by thugs, and today he was sitting on spiked shoes. Not only that, but his new car was smashed by Lin Yi. How could this man have such a miserable life? Was he going to the West to obtain Buddhist scriptures, only to suffer here? Pengzhan Xiao felt a little reluctant, but didn't want to show it too much. Since Lin Yi had cleared the obstacle near her car, Pengzhan Xiao could naturally drive the car out smoothly. The Beetle and Audi TT left the snack street behind the school one after another. Lin Yi took Tang Yun to the hospital, and naturally he and Pengzhan Xiao parted ways at the intersection ahead. "How is the renovation of your house going? When can we move in?" Lin Yi asked as he drove. "Mom just went to see it yesterday. She said it's almost done, except for the furniture and appliances. They'll be delivered in the next few days and we can move in," Tang Yun said. "The new house has a smell. Even though Fatty Lai used environmentally friendly materials, it's still not completely free of harmful gases. You should ask Auntie to buy some bamboo charcoal bags to sprinkle on it." "Don't be stingy," Lin Yi reminded her with a nod. "Yeah, I know." Tang Yun clearly knew her mother's type, and Lin Yi's words amused her. "I really need to talk to her about it, so she won't be so cheap. Just say the smell of the renovations affects fertility. If you can't have children after smelling it, I won't want you anymore." Lin Yi offered Tang Yun a suggestion. "Huh?" Tang Yun was stunned, blushing, and couldn't help but spit out, "What a lame excuse." "It's a lame excuse, but it's definitely effective," Lin Yi laughed. Tang Yun nodded, having to admit that Lin Yi's method was indeed effective. This was concerning her health and the health of her future baby. Even if her mother was stingy, she couldn't play with her life. "What if I really can't have children? Do you still want me?" Tang Yun suddenly thought, what if there really was something wrong with her? She hadn't given birth herself, so who knew if she could have children? "Oh, I can cure it," Lin Yi smiled. Tang Yun was a little disappointed. She'd actually wanted to hear Lin Yi say yes, not he can cure it, although the outcome would be the same. Tang Yun was still a young woman, and sometimes she liked to hear romantic words. After dropping Tang Yun off at the hospital, Lin Yi drove home, calling Widow Wang's grocery store in the village. However, the phone rang several times, but no one answered. Just as Lin Yi was about to hang up, someone answered. It wasn't Widow Wang's voice, but a man's. "Hello? Xixing Village, who are you looking for?" "Hello, could you help me find Ergauden?" Lin Yi asked politely, not knowing who this person was. "Ergauden? Who is that?" The person on the other end was stunned. "It's almost Chinese New Year, and there's a lot going on. Yuren will be updating 3 times a day during this time." Chapter 1041, Hercules Ergauden. Lin Yi was stunned, but then he remembered that the name Ergauden was just a nickname. Ergauden's real name was not Ergauden. People who were not familiar with him would definitely not know it, but people in Xixing village should all know the name Ergauden. However, Lin Yi still said, "It's Zhou Jiaming." Zhou Jiaming is Ergauden's real name. Of course, in the village, almost everyone calls others by their nicknames, and rarely calls them by their real names directly. This is different from in the city. Zhou Jiaming, the man on the other end, was still stunned, but still said, "Wait a minute, let me ask for you, Auntie. Someone is looking for Zhou Jiaming Ergauden. Do you know him?" "I know." "Okay, go and put the goods on the market, I'll answer the phone." Widow Wang's voice came from the other end of the phone, and after a while it was Widow Wang who answered the phone. Are you looking for Ergauden, Aunt Wang? It's me, Yi. Lin Yi smiled and said, who is that person just now? Yes, it's my relative's child, from another village, who came here to help me. Isn't the spring plowing over? The villagers are free, so they often come to your Aunt Wang to drink. Aunt Wang can't handle it alone, Widow Wang said. I see, no wonder he doesn't know Ergauden, Lin Yi suddenly realized. You know, in Xixing village, there are many people who don't know him, Lin Yi, but there are very few who don't know Ergauden. Wait, Auntie will ask Ergauden to answer the phone for you, Widow Wang said, and then she put the phone aside and went to the loudspeaker of the village office to make a statement. Ergauden, please pay attention, Ergauden, please pay attention, I am your Auntie Wang, there is a call for you. Widow Wang's voice came from the loudspeaker, shocking Lin Yi who was on the other end of the phone. Ergauden was hunting in the mountains at the moment. He had just finished dinner and went to the mountains to exercise, but he vaguely heard the loudspeaker of the village office calling him to answer the phone. Ergauden also guessed that the call should be from the boss Lin Yi, and he did not dare to neglect it. He picked up a wild boar that had just been killed on the ground and ran down the mountain quickly. This wild boar weighed at least 300 or 400 pounds, but Ergauden did not seem to be struggling at all when he carried it on his back. He walked briskly, as if he had no weight at all. At the foot of the mountain is Xixing village. Almost every household has villagers outside enjoying the cool air, and some are playing cards or chess together in groups of 3 or 5. However, they are not surprised at all when they see Ergauden running down the mountain carrying the blind bear. Ergauden, hunting again? This wild boar can be sold for a good price, right? An old man said with some envy. It's not bad, Ergauden smiled innocently. Ergauden, when are you going to catch the robe that you promised to catch for Uncle Wang last time? Asked a village woman. Her husband sells game and often catches pheasants and robes to sell at the market in town. In the past, they used to catch them with traps, but when Ergauden saw this, he patted his chest and bought it, saying that he would help catch the robe whenever he needed it. Aunt Chang, I'm in a hurry to answer the phone today, I'll catch you a robe tomorrow, Ergauden nodded in response. Ergauden was something of a village prodigy. At the age of 8, he went hunting alone in the mountains. On the evening of his first day, the villagers saw a blind black bear coming down the mountain and heading toward the village. They were terrified. They shouted to each other, "A blind bear has entered the village," and retreated back to their homes. However, once the blind black bear entered the village, everyone was shocked to discover that beneath its massive form, a tiny figure lay beneath it. It was none other than Ergauden, returning from hunting. But compared to the blind bear, Ergauden was insignificant. Because they were far away and it was dark, the villagers hadn't been able to clearly see Ergauden beneath the blind black bear. Only when they got closer did they see clearly that the blind black bear had been killed by Ergauden. This horrified the entire village, and they marveled at Ergauden's natural strength. But, as with everything, there's always a certain novelty. Once the novelty wears off, things become familiar. The same thing happened to Ergauden. Since then, Ergauden has successively killed a series of ferocious beasts such as wild wolves, wild boars, vultures, etc. Until now, everyone has become accustomed to it. Ergauden threw the wild boar to the ground and said, "Everyone divide it up. If you can't eat it, give the leftovers to my father to sell." Ergauden is a relatively honest person. He doesn't keep the things he has for himself. Every time he goes hunting, he always thinks of the villagers of Xixing Mountain and gives them some for free. Therefore, everyone has a very good impression of Ergauden. In fact, everyone is still very coveting wild boar meat. This wild boar is not something that ordinary people can kill. There is a saying that goes, 1 pig, 2 bears, and 3 tigers. It means that wild boars are more powerful than blind bears and tigers. Only Ergauden can easily kill a wild boar. Someone else might be gored to death by the wild boar. After Ergauden finished speaking, he quickly ran to the house of Widow Wang at the entrance of the village, while the rest of the villagers happily helped Ergauden to deal with the wild boar. Of course, they weren't greedy. Although they would get some wild boar meat, it was the hard-to-sell parts. They would leave the easy-to-sell parts, like the pork elbows, for Ergauden. Ergauden excitedly ran into the grocery store and answered the phone. "Hello, Ergauden, it's me, Lin Yi." Lin Yi heard Ergauden's voice and said with a smile, "Brother Lin Yi, I immediately guessed it was you. Are you anxious?" "I'm leaving in the next 2 days," Ergauden said a little embarrassedly. The autumn harvest is still a long way off, and there's not much income at home. I was thinking of going up a mountain to hunt some game for my dad before I leave, otherwise, once I'm gone, there's no income at home. Didn't I ask you to take care of my old man? Lin Yi was a little amused by Ergudan's words. You can pay for the travel expenses. I think I should earn the household expenses myself. I have hands and feet, so hunting is not a big deal. Ergudan smiled innocently. Okay, come over as soon as you're done. I really miss you, Lin Yi said with some emotion. I really want you to stay in Songshan City forever. I also want to follow you to conquer the world. But I can't. Ergudan frowned and said helplessly, I can't leave home for too long. Yeah, except for that spiritual spring. There's really no alternative solution. Lin Yi also sighed, but it's okay. You just need to come out once in a while. That's the only way. But when I go back this time, it will be the autumn harvest, and I have to help my dad with the work, Ergudan said. Chapter 1042, Pengzhan Xiao's best friend. Okay, write down my phone number and address. When you get to Songshan City, contact me and I'll pick you up, Lin Yi said, and told Ergudan his phone number and address. Ergudan found a piece of paper and wrote it down and put it in his pocket. After talking to Ergudan, Lin Yi also got home. The eldest lady and Xiaoshu were still sitting on the sofa watching TV. Brother Arrow, did I do well today? Seeing Lin Yi come back, Chen Yushu came to take credit. Pengzhan Xiao and I have become good friends. Yeah, but we still have to keep working hard and strive to go one step further, Lin Yi nodded. Go one step further, Chen Yushu asked. That's right, it would be best to find a way to become best friends, just like you and Yao, Lin Yi said. Best friends? That's unlikely. She's my rival in love. Chen Yushu scratched his scalp, a little embarrassed. Lin Yi didn't say anything. He just took out his cell phone, opened the album, and showed the photo of Pengzhan Xiao's wish to Chen Yushu. Pengzhan Xiao has several wishes, and her life is obviously not much longer, so I want to help her realize them one by one. Oh, Chen Yushu was stunned, took the phone, saw the text on the picture, and read it. I really want to have a bestie. I can confide my inner loneliness with her, and share joys and sorrows with her in bed. But I am destined not to have true friends, and I don't want my good friend to suffer because of my death. Chu Mengyao also came over with some curiosity, looked at the picture on Lin Yi's cell phone, frowned, and asked, Lin Yi, where did you see this thing? On Xiao's cell phone. Lin Yi did not hide it. There's a file called My Wishes on it, so I opened it and took a look, but I didn't expect. Oh, Chu Mengyao nodded. Pengzhan Xiao's wish made Chu Mengyao a little moved. Originally, having a bestie was a very common thing, but in Pengzhan Xiao's eyes, it became a luxury. Pengzhan Xiao's reason, in particular, left Chu Mengyao feeling bitter. Such a noble spirit, not wanting to upset a good friend. Xiaoshu, we have to be Pengzhan Xiao's best friend. Chu Mengyao raised her fist without question, her words uttered. Okay, Chen Yushu nodded, seeing Chu Mengyao agreed. Honestly, her actions today had mostly been about coaxing Pengzhan Xiao, but being best friends wasn't just about coaxing. Without sharing one's heart, it wasn't much of a friendship. But thinking that Pengzhan Xiao simply wanted to be Lin Yi's concubine, posed no threat to his position, and was dying, Chen Yushu didn't think it was a big deal. The two reached a consensus, and the matter was settled for now. However, Chen Yushu suddenly realized that the picture on her phone wasn't the last one, so she continued to flip through the pages. Lin Yi tried to stop her, but it was too late. Chen Yushu was already flipping through the pictures. If Lin Yi tried to snatch the phone back, it would be a sign of trouble. Lin Yi couldn't help but feel a little regretful. He took a picture of that three batches wish. Chen Yushu and Chu Mengyao read Pengzhan Xiao's other wishes together, but they weren't very interested in things like racing and watching the sunrise. Even if these came true, it had nothing to do with them. But when they saw Pengzhan Xiao's three batches of wishes, their eyes widened and their mouths widened in surprise. I've decided to give this difficult task to my boyfriend. Let him push her down. And then we'll play three batches together. How Xiao, you are such a super genius. But it seems like a daydream. Chen Yushu and Chu Mengyao looked at the content on the phone and couldn't help but look at each other. After a long time, Chen Yushu sighed, oh my god, this Pengzhan Xiao is even more awesome than me. She actually wants to play 3 times with a big star? I just want to play with Sister Yao Xiao Shu. What nonsense are you talking about? Chu Mengyao glared at Chen Yushu, and suddenly felt a sense of regret. Xiao Shu was already enough to give her a headache, and she actually agreed to be besties with Pengzhan Xiao just now? This Pengzhan Xiao is a person similar to Xiao Shu. If she becomes her bestie, won't she be upset all day long? After these two people get together, won't the already shocking idea be even more shocking? This Pengzhan Xiao wants to play 3 times. I guess after she discusses it with Chen Yushu, she will come up with 4 or 5 groups. But this is a good wish. Su Shihan is also my and Sister Yao Iao's idol. Brother Arrow, you have to work hard. Chen Yushu waved her phone and said to Lin Yi, I don't mind going out with big stars in 3, not 4, groups. Including Sister Yao Iao, it's 5 groups. Lin Yi covered his forehead speechlessly. His heart was about to explode. Although this sounded exciting, Lin Yi still felt that it was a bit unbelievable. Chu Mengyao also slapped her smooth forehead and almost fainted. What she had just thought was said by Chen Yushu. She was shocked and helpless. What should she do next? I'm going to see Uncle Fu. Lin Yi took the phone back from Chen Yushu and turned to walk towards Uncle Fu's room. I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. Chu Mengyao also retreated. I'm going to, Chen Yushu, however, happily followed Chu Mengyao, like a follower. Lin Yi walked towards Uncle Fu's room. The door was not locked, so he pushed it open and walked in. Uncle Fu was sitting on his bed cultivating. He sensed Lin Yi's entrance and slowly opened his eyes, saying, Xiao Yi, you're back. Clearly, he hadn't heard Lin Yi's earlier conversation with Chu Mengyao in the living room. He was only aware of movement within a certain radius. Well, how is it going, Uncle Fu? Lin Yi asked, nodding. I've resumed practicing the family's internal martial arts. I've reached the peak of the late yellow rank. This is a great springboard, and I'm already quite content. Uncle Fu spoke with genuine sincerity, not a hint of reluctance. Uncle Fu, I want to try again, Lin Yi said, somewhat unwillingly. He couldn't understand why, since Uncle Fu's cultivation could absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, he couldn't absorb the universal energy of the jade pendant space, which was being transformed through his body. Haha, that's fine, Uncle Fu nodded, not refusing. Lin Yi had given him his life, so he naturally agreed to whatever Lin Yi said. Chapter 1043 A Strange Case. Without further ado, Lin Yi walked over to Uncle Fu, placed his hands on his meridians, and activated the Xuanyuan Yulong Jue. Uncle Fu also coordinated by activating his own mental formula. After 10 minutes, Lin Yi decisively gave up. There was no effect at all. The situation remained exactly the same as before. Lin Yi could not transfer his own energy to Uncle Fu, and Uncle Fu would not absorb the energy Lin Yi was transferring. It seemed that, as Elder Jiao had said, this energy transfer was limited by level. He could only transfer energy to practitioners of a lower level than himself, and the peak state of one level below was the ultimate bottleneck for this energy transfer. In other words, as long as he didn't reach the Earth rank, he wouldn't be able to transform Uncle Fu and General Weiwu into Zhuan rank masters. Lin Yi had originally thought his ability to mass-produce masters was impressive, but now it seemed a bit useless. Although he could create yellow rank masters were still extremely rare in the secular world. A single yellow rank master could be impressive, but the crucial point was that the opponents and pressure Lin Yi faced weren't from the secular world, but from aristocratic families of a higher order. Yellow rank masters were commonplace within these families, most were Zhuan rank masters, and even Earth rank masters existed. Against these men, Uncle Fu and General Weiwu, 2 top-tier yellow rank masters, were completely useless. Lin Yi would have to rely on his own strength to face them. Well, something was better than nothing, Lin Yi sighed. Some people wanted yellow rank masters, but they didn't have them yet. He could already mass-produce them. With this in mind, Lin Yi gave up on the idea of training Uncle Fu and returned to his room. On the surface, public security in Songshan City had been relatively good these days. The thief ring had vanished, the kidney-stealing ring had been dismantled, and the criminal forces led by Li Chihu had also ceased their activities, without causing any major disturbances. Logically, Song Lingshan should have been happy in this peaceful atmosphere, and indeed, the leadership had singled her out for praise several times. Since she took over as the criminal investigation captain, public security in Songshan City has indeed improved significantly. Song Lingshan has also repeatedly cracked major cases, achieving remarkable feats. This is the fastest case-solving speed ever in Songshan City. However, Song Lingshan feels a sense of unease. In many cases, behind the calm lies a deeper, darker conspiracy. Songshan City has recently seen several disappearances. While seemingly ordinary cases, Song Lingshan feels something more is at stake. Wang Liqian is a migrant worker. 3 days ago, he got into conflict with his contractor over wages. He beat him up and then disappeared. According to his records, Wang Liqian is a very sturdy migrant worker with considerable strength. He could easily have taken down the contractor and his bodyguards. The contractor didn't even report the incident to the police. It was only when a snack vendor near the construction site saw the fight that they called the police. Wang Liqian's disappearance had everyone assuming he'd fled the scene, and the police officers who responded naturally stayed out of the matter. After all, the contractor had claimed nothing was wrong and had no intention of pursuing the matter. They could simply dismiss the matter as a simple civil dispute. If the victim didn't pursue it, why would they? Besides, the contractor wasn't seriously injured, not even slightly. So the responding police officers simply made a note and left. If a similar incident hadn't occurred recently, this seemingly random case wouldn't have escaped Song Lingshan's attention. Now the case file was once again on Song Lingshan's desk, and the unusual nature of it made her frown. Although Wang Liqian had injured the contractor, he wasn't seriously injured, just some bruises and a scratch on his face. The same was true for the bodyguards, not even a bone was broken. In these circumstances, why would Wang Liqian have fled? If the police hadn't even shown any interest in arresting him, why would he run away? And judging from the contractor's tone, it was obvious that he thought he was unlucky. Wang Liqian could have learned these things through simple inquiries, but Wang Liqian disappeared. The second case seemed somewhat similar to this one. Sun Kaoli was a stevedore for a freight company. He accidentally broke a glass product while at work. The boss didn't say anything, and didn't even mention deducting his wages. But Sun Kaoli disappeared. Why did Sun Kaoli run away? It was not until Sun Kaoli disappeared that the boss felt something was wrong, so he called the police. However, after calling the police, he found that nothing was missing from his company, and the reason for Sun Kaoli's escape remains to be discussed. Of course, this is nothing. If these two disappearances were accidental, then was the case that happened today also accidental? Yang Maoling was a gangster who bullied people near the vegetable market. When he was collecting protection money today, he ran into a stubborn guy, so Yang Maoling used the scale next to him to beat the stubborn guy in the face. The so-called bloody face, after washing off the blood, was only a bloody nose. It wasn't a big deal at all. Everyone assumed the incident would be over, and the victim would obediently pay protection money the next day. Yang Maoling had assaulted vendors before, in far more serious cases than this, but they weren't considered a big deal. However, the victim wasn't satisfied and called the police, but they only intervened. After all, Yang Maoling's official position was the manager of the farmer's market, and he was asking for favors, which could be interpreted as a commercial activity at the market, collecting rent. While the charges were a bit high and frequent, you could have just stayed away. If you really took this matter to heart, there was no explanation. The market was private, and Yang Maoling's charges were normal. If you didn't pay and got punched, it was a normal civil dispute. But the strange thing was that Yang Maoling disappeared after the beating. Never seen again. It seemed as if he was afraid of causing trouble and absconding, but in reality, the victim hadn't done anything wrong. If these three incidents were taken individually, they could all be considered accidental, but taken together, they become quite unusual. Within just a few days, 3 cases of fleeing from crime occurred, and this was reported to the police. What if there were no police reports? Are there other similar situations? Chapter 1044 I Miss You. Song Lingshan had a feeling something was amiss, but she couldn't pinpoint what it was. What were these people running for? Where were they going? What was the purpose? This series of questions was giving Song Lingshan a headache. Although nothing had happened on the surface, and Song Lingshan's actions might seem like she was just worrying about nothing, she was a person who hated evil and always viewed things that didn't make sense with suspicion. Song Lingshan set the file aside and rubbed her aching temple. It seemed that being a leader wasn't easy. It was not as easy as being a soldier. She had to worry about all these things, and Song Lingshan didn't want anything to go wrong in the peaceful Songshan city. She hoped it was just her being overly sensitive, a coincidence. She also wondered where Lin Yi had been. Lin Yi and Song Lingshan had lost contact for a while. Song Lingshan wanted to call him to inquire about his whereabouts, but she had no reason. She had always relied on him to help her solve cases, but without an excuse, she didn't know what to say. Song Lingshan was well aware of the events that had unfolded in Songshan City over the past few days. In her position, she knew the major events unfolding in Songshan were inevitable. Members of the Yu, Xiao, and Hidden Zhao families had descended on Chu Pengzhan's mansion to force him to abdicate. Song Lingshan knew all this, but she was powerless to do anything. Coming from an aristocratic family, she knew that at this level, the rules and regulations of the secular world no longer held any sway. She wanted to help, but considering her late yellow rank strength, she felt she wouldn't be able to do anything and would only cause further trouble, so she abandoned the idea. However, hearing that Lin Yi had completely lost his strength and was cornered, Song Lingshan felt a little worried. For some reason, Song Lingshan had a strange feeling towards Lin Yi. He was the only man who dared to challenge her. The other members of the aristocratic families showered her with compliments, yet Lin Yi called her a brainless girl. This angered Song Lingshan, but she also felt a strange feeling within her. Angry, yet unable to resist, nor daring to resist, Song Lingshan felt helpless and could only accept her fate. Gradually, she came to love the feeling of being conquered. Sometimes, Song Lingshan even wondered if she had a bit of a masochist streak. However, Song Lingshan immediately shook her head. Did she really want to resist? It was just that she couldn't, so she had to give in. It was just her habit. Thinking of Lin Yi, Song Lingshan's mood became uneasy. She hurriedly gathered the documents on her desk and glanced at the wall clock. It was already past 9 o'clock in the evening. Song Lingshan yawned, turned off the office lights, locked the door, and turned into the inner office. Song Lingshan was single, and because of the special nature of her job, sometimes she worked too late at night and slept in the office lounge. After washing her face and brushing her teeth, Song Lingshan lay down on the bed, wanting to call Lin Yi, but she tossed and turned, unable to sleep. She checked the time. It was already 10 o'clock, and she was worried that Lin Yi had fallen asleep. However, for some unknown reason, Song Lingshan still picked up her phone and called Lin Yi. Lin Yi had naturally not slept. He had just returned from Uncle Fu's visit with no success, had taken a shower, and was drying himself when Song Lingshan called. "Hello," Lin Yi answered the phone. "It's me," Song Lingshan said cautiously, somewhat hesitantly. "Oh, what's up?" Lin Yi asked. Usually, when Song Lingshan called him, it was not a good thing. Either she couldn't catch the bad guy, or she had some trouble that she wanted his help to solve. No, Song Lingshan was a little embarrassed. She didn't know what she had in mind when she called Lin Yi, but now that the call was connected, she didn't know what to say. No? Why would you call if there was nothing? Lin Yi was puzzled. In his opinion, whenever Song Lingshan called him, it was always because there was something troublesome, but Lin Yi had helped with everything he could. So Song Lingshan's hesitation made Lin Yi wonder if something serious had happened. So he asked, "Is there something you need my help with?" "No, not really." Song Lingshan had been quite bold the past few days, but that boldness was only temporary. Having not contacted Lin Yi for several days, she found it difficult to speak. "Then I'll hang up." Lin Yi was puzzled. "If you have something to say, just say it. Why are you calling if you don't have anything?" "Don't hang up." Song Lingshan hesitated. Seeing that Lin Yi was about to hang up, she became bolder. She had already been in a desperate mood, so in her excitement, she let go of everything. "I miss you, huh?" Lin Yi was stunned. "What did you say?" "My silly little girl misses you." Song Lingshan spoke directly and boldly, without any reservations. Lin Yi frowned. He couldn't say he had a strong affection for Song Lingshan. He admired her, of course, but that was just for her figure. He wasn't particularly fond of her personality. Although Song Lingshan had changed a lot recently, Lin Yi didn't even consider it a romantic relationship. In his mind, he and Song Lingshan were simply not on the same page, and Song Lingshan would never understand his life. Therefore, Lin Yi deliberately kept a certain distance from her. This was also the case the last time, in the basement of Xuanyuan's kidney-sucking group headquarters, Lin Yi faced Song Lingshan's naked temptation without further reason. To say he wasn't tempted would be a lie. Lin Yi was a normal man, but he had good self-control. If he had acted solely on impulse, he wouldn't be alive today. Now, Song Lingshan's hints seemed obvious, giving Lin Yi a headache. He decided to find an opportunity to have a good talk with her. Lin Yi didn't think Song Lingshan was truly in love with him. Given her strong personality, he could probably guess why she had feelings for him. Suitmakers like Chen Yushan had always been obedient to Song Lingshan, but Lin Yi, who went against the grain, suddenly struck a chord with Song Lingshan. She wanted to resist, but she couldn't, so she just accepted it. After accepting it for a long time, she naturally felt that someone with his personality was more suitable for her, and her so-called mate selection declaration, that her man had to be better than her, became the reason why she preferred Lin Yi. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1045 Help Me Upgrade. However, none of this was the reason Song Lingshan fell in love with Lin Yi. The time two people spent together was limited. Lin Yi and Song Lingshan hadn't even been together as long as Pengzhan Group, so how could she possibly develop any feelings for him? If there was any affection, it was simply a complex mix of emotions ignited by the chaotic scene in the basement. Once Song Lingshan understood this, perhaps she would no longer be so. So, Lin Yi said to Song Lingshan, "You missed me." "Yes," Song Lingshan nodded without hesitation. "What did you miss about me?" Lin Yi asked back. "I want you to help me level up," Song Lingshan said, blushing. If this were said by someone else, it would be a very commonplace statement. For example, if Uncle Fu asked Lin Yi to help him level up, it wouldn't be a big deal. It would simply be asking Lin Yi to use his energy to boost his strength. In fact, Lin Yi had been helping Uncle Fu level up for the past few days. But Song Lingshan asking Lin Yi to help her level up was a bit ambiguous. Lin Yi and Song Lingshan both knew exactly how and under what circumstances Song Lingshan achieved her last breakthrough. This method of breakthrough gave Lin Yi a headache. Song Lingshan had treated Lin Yi like a fantasy, and he had achieved a breakthrough just like that. It was a bit unbelievable, yet it had actually happened. Of course, Lin Yi didn't believe that was the root cause of the breakthrough, just a trigger. If that were the way to achieve a breakthrough, Song Lingshan would have already reached the heavenly stage by now, just playing around at home when she had nothing to do. So, this method was clearly unworkable. Song Lingshan had probably been close to reaching a breakthrough before, and that incident had merely served as a trigger. Of course, Lin Yi didn't delve into it. It was beyond his grasp. Every cultivation method was different, and Lin Yi didn't have the time for it. "Okay, when can I help you level up?" Lin Yi hesitated, then agreed to Song Lingshan's request. Song Lingshan was stunned by Lin Yi's straightforwardness. Lin Yi agreed immediately? Without hesitation? "What's wrong?" Lin Yi asked, noticing Song Lingshan's silence. "No." "Then come to my house this weekend," Song Lingshan said excitedly. "Okay," Lin Yi nodded. "Then I'll wait for you." Song Lingshan's heart was beating fast. Lin Yi had agreed to her request, which made her very happy. With her excitement, Song Lingshan's breathing became rapid. Holding the phone, Song Lingshan suddenly felt a heat all over her body. Remembering the special feeling in the basement that day, Song Lingshan couldn't help but put her hand under the quilt. After Lin Yi hung up the phone, he didn't think much about it and went straight into the state of cultivation. The current situation was not optimistic. Although the Yu family and the Zhao family had temporarily stopped their movements, who knew if there would be more major movements after the calm? Therefore, Lin Yi could not slack off for a moment. He had to practice hard and strive for a breakthrough as soon as possible. Only when he had enough strength could he deter these restless families. This night, Lin Yi would spend another night of cultivation. This night, Uncle Fu would also spend his night of cultivation. That night, Missy and Xiaoshu gradually fell asleep, whispering about Pengzhan Group. Their life as best friends, suddenly having to welcome a third person into the family, always meant there were things to discuss. Tang Yun slept well that night, feeling happy. She'd be moving into her new house in the next 2 days, and her mother, persuaded by her, was planning to buy some bamboo charcoal bags. Pengzhan Group spent another sleepless night, thinking about the future. For the first time, she was thinking about her own future and Lin Yi's. She felt a little lost, a bit tempted to retreat. That night, Songshan drifted off to sleep in excitement. Outside the window, a gentle rain began to fall. In her dream, she lay awake, listening to the wind and rain. Lin Yi came to her in his pajamas. Songshan City was remarkably quiet on a rainy night. The homeless and beggars on the streets had disappeared, and many restaurants and shops had closed early. On a rainy day, customers were few and far between. However, there was one place that was packed with people. Even though it was raining heavily outside, it was still bustling with people. This was in Xuanyuan's underground boxing ring. Yang Maoling frowned as he looked at his opponent, who had won 2 consecutive games on the stage. How could this guy be so powerful? When he was approached before, he only said that he would get a commission of 100,000 yuan if he participated in a match in an underground black boxing ring. That's 100,000 yuan, and it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. Yang Maoling was tempted. He was originally a small gangster in the market. He relied on his ability to take bribes to bully vendors to make a little money. At most, he could only make 2,000 to 3,000 yuan a month. He was so happy to accept it when he was given 100,000 yuan. As for why he created the illusion of absconding from the crime, it was Xiao Mule who asked him to do so. The reason was very simple. Xiao Mule told him in advance that no matter whether you win or lose, you can get a reward of 100,000 yuan. But if you win, you can get another 300,000 yuan. If you beat the other person to death, then the other person's 100,000 yuan will also be given to you, and you can get 500,000 yuan. But if you kill someone, you have to run away, right? If you disappear inexplicably, others will definitely suspect you, but if you flee for fear of punishment for some trivial matter, others will naturally ignore you. It is impossible to become a wanted criminal for a small problem. So Yang Maoling thought about it and realized that this was indeed the case. He is tall and strong, and he comes from a gangster family. Fighting is commonplace. If he really kills the other person by accident, it is not a big deal. Moreover, he heard that he can get an extra 300,000 yuan if he wins. Yang Maoling knew that this game would definitely be a life and death fight. If he really ran out of strength, who would be willing to let the 300,000 yuan prize slip away? Therefore, in order to win, he can only beat the other person to death. Only in this way can he win for sure. And he can also get the other party's 100,000 yuan. Yang Maoling was a thug himself, and he didn't care much about human life, especially in an underground boxing ring. If someone was killed, the owner of the boxing ring would definitely not want to make a big deal out of it. He would just walk away and, after a few years, the matter would have died down, and he would be fine. However, Yang Maoling's idea was good, but the reality was cruel. When he saw the seemingly inconspicuous short and strong man on the stage win 2 games in a row, Yang Maoling felt a little guilty. Chapter 1046 The Conspiracy of the Underground Boxing Ring. Although he was just a small thug and fighting was commonplace, the short and strong man on the stage was really skilled. If Yang Maoling's judgment was correct, this man should be a black boxer who made a living by fighting black boxing. His moves were very sharp and fierce, all of them were killing moves. This was completely different from Yang Maoling's usual fights. No matter how good Yang Maoling was at fighting, it was just fighting, just hurting and injuring people, but this short and strong man was beating people to death. Every punch he threw was to the opponent's vital parts, either the head or the chest, and every move was fatal. Seeing the short and strong opponent being beaten without a sound, and being dragged off the stage like a dead dog, Yang Maoling's forehead was covered with cold sweat. He regretted it. He really regretted it. He shouldn't have believed the little mule's words and had this unrealistic dream of getting rich. Finally, the short and stocky man struck again, slamming his fist into his opponent's temple. It suddenly caved in, then suddenly bulged again, transforming into a massive tumor-like lump. The bear-like opponent's body twitched twice before collapsing to the ground without a single drop of blood. The short and stocky man had triumphed again. He raised his hands high, accepting the cheers of victory from the audience. He had already made a whopping 1 million yuan in profits from 2 fights. After the 3rd fight, he would have taken home 1.5 million yuan today, a significant payout in his entire underworld boxing career. Otherwise, the short and stocky man wouldn't have made the long journey from Thailand to Matsuyama City. He was a Muay Thai expert, a former professional athlete who had dedicated his retirement to underground boxing. Many retired fighters decline in strength, but the short and stocky man was different. His current strength was even greater than his peak as a regular athlete. Especially after learning some killer moves from a third-rate assassin, he became even more powerful. Of course, there's more to it than that. The reason why he's so powerful is that he has embarked on the path of a cultivator. He is an external cultivator and is about to reach the strength of the yellow rank. That is why his strength is so tyrannical. Brother Mule, I don't want to compete anymore. Yang Maoling was sweating profusely while watching the live broadcast of the game in the arena. Although he loves money, he doesn't want to die yet. The life and death agreement has been signed. You only have one choice, and that is to go on stage. The little mule looked at Yang Maoling coldly and said lightly, I just don't want to participate. What can you do to me? Life and death agreement? Don't look at me as a gangster, but this kind of thing is not legally valid. Let me fight him, I will die if I go up. In order to survive, Yang Maoling didn't care about falling out with a little mule, although he knew that there must be a huge force behind the underground boxing ring. Oh, the little mule sneered, and the black muzzle of the gun was already pointed at Yang Maoling. Then you can die now, huh? Yang Maoling was suddenly pointed at the muzzle of the gun. He was shocked and trembling with fear. If you participate in the competition, you may live and get a prize. The little mule snorted and said, if you don't participate in the competition, you won't get a penny. And you will die immediately. Yang Maoling was a little dumbfounded. He was just a low-level gangster. Well, had he seen a pistol being pointed at by a pistol, he was immediately trembling with fear. He didn't doubt that the little mule dared to kill him. After all, he had seen the short and strong man beat two people to death with his own eyes. In other words, they were not afraid of death here at all. If you die, you die. Yang Maoling gave in and knelt on the ground. Brother Mule, I really don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. I haven't lived enough, not dying. The little mule pondered for a moment, then said pretentiously, then wait a minute, I'll go ask the boss. Okay. How could Yang Maoling dare to neglect him? He nodded hurriedly. The little mule had actually just gone to the door and returned. There was no need to discuss this, it was all planned in advance. The live broadcast of the previous boxing match was also specially shown to Yang Maoling, just to scare him and get him hooked. Otherwise, if they really wanted Yang Maoling to go on stage and be beaten to death, they wouldn't have needed to show him all this, they could just let him prepare and go on stage. The boss said he can guarantee your victory, but instead of the 500,000 you deserve, I can only give you 300,000. Do you have any objections? The little mule returned to the room and asked. Yes. Yang Maoling was surprised to hear that not only was victory guaranteed, but he would also get 300,000 yuan. What a great deal. His bottom line was to save his life. In his opinion, not paying was fine. These 300,000 could be considered a windfall. Before you go on stage, I'll inject you with a drug similar to the old vitality pills. It will give you incredible superhuman strength for 30 minutes, the little mule said, but you must kill your opponent within 30 minutes. Otherwise, after 30 minutes, you'll be at the mercy of fate. Does this vitality pill really work that well? Yang Maoling was a little skeptical, fearing that the little mule had made up a random drug to trick him into going on stage. Does it really matter? This drug is quite expensive. If the boss didn't think that the short and strong man had won 2 games in a row and the betting on the third game was getting out of control, and if he won again, the boss would lose a lot, you would think he could give you such an expensive drug. The little mule snorted with some disdain. After deducting your 200,000, it's still not enough to pay for this bottle of medicine, is that so? I get it. Yang Maoling felt confident after hearing the little mule's explanation. What the little mule said was true. Besides the matches, the owner of this underground boxing ring also banked and bet on the fights. Now that the short and strong man had won 2 matches in a row, the betting on the third match would probably be extremely high. No one would bet on Yang Maoling, the underdog, and everyone would bet on the short and strong man. If the short and strong man won again, the owner of the underground boxing ring would lose a lot. Thinking of this, Yang Maoling became secretly wary. He decided that after this match, he would just take the money and leave. He would never participate in such a match again, even if he had the power pill. Otherwise, with more wins and more bets on him, the ring owner would still try to kill him. The third match began. Yang Maoling, injected with a power pill, was sent to the ring. His opponent was the short and strong man again. The short and strong man seemed to have no physical energy at all, as if the previous 2 matches were just warm-ups. He stood on the ring with domineering power, looking down at Yang Maoling, whose hair had been dyed green, with contempt. Chapter 1047, The Drug Fails to Work. The drug took effect, and Yang Maoling felt his entire body filled with endless strength. The little mule hadn't lied to him, this powerful pill was truly effective. At that moment, Yang Maoling felt like a Superman. Seeing the short and stocky man's scornful smile, Yang Maoling took the initiative and attacked. He swung his fist at the short and stocky man. Bang! Yang Maoling's fist struck the short and stocky man, but at the same time, the short and stocky man also struck out, his fist landing on Yang Maoling's chest. Huh? Yang Maoling was slightly stunned. The short and stocky man's punch looked incredibly powerful, but in reality, it didn't hurt at all. Yes, it didn't hurt at all. Yang Maoling felt like he'd been pushed, not hit at all. Yang Maoling couldn't help but feel a little confused. What did this mean? Was the short and stocky man showing mercy, or was he just fainting? However, Yang Maoling immediately rejected this idea. Showing mercy? How could that be possible? The short and strong man didn't look like someone who would show mercy. He had already killed 2 people, and Yang Maoling was still 1 short? And fainting was even more impossible. Who would faint in a black arena? This was a real show of strength, not a martial arts TV show. Fainting was a death wish. On the contrary, Yang Maoling was very satisfied with the heavy punch he had just thrown. He could clearly feel that the power of this punch was much stronger than usual, and the feeling of hitting it was much more satisfying. The short and strong man was also staggered by Yang Maoling. The short and strong man probably didn't expect Yang Maoling to be so powerful and to go head-to-head with him. Moreover, Yang Maoling's attack was also quite powerful. Even though the short and strong man was a quasi-yellow level master, he was also hurt by it. Looking for death, a fierce look flashed in the short and strong man's eyes, and he swung his fist at Yang Maoling again. Bang! Another head-on clash. Yang Maoling punched the short and strong man again, and the short and strong man also punched Yang Maoling. This novel, head-on fighting style of the two immediately drew cheers from the audience. However, most people in the audience now believed that the short and strong man would win, and even if Yang Maoling went head-to-head, he would be no match for the short and strong man. They cheered "Go Red Dragon" from the audience, because the short and strong man's mask had a red dragon on it. Yang Maoling's mask had a gray dog on it, but the mask couldn't cover all of his hair, and some green fur still peeked out. However, no one cheered him on. In everyone's eyes, Yang Maoling had been sentenced to death. Red Dragon had won 2 games in a row, both times without any pressure. Yang Maoling didn't have any special qualities. Although he dared to go head-to-head with Red Dragon, no one could tell how powerful he was. Huh? Yang Maoling was secretly puzzled. The second punch from the short and strong man didn't hurt much either. It was like getting hit while playing. This was a bit unusual. The short and strong man had just fainted, but what about now? He couldn't just keep fainting now, could he? Could it be that this powerful pill not only increased his strength, but also served as a defense? Otherwise, why didn't he feel anything when the short and strong man hit him? Thinking of this, Yang Maoling was overjoyed. In this way, as long as he was invulnerable and fought the short and strong man to the death, he would naturally have the upper hand. He was powerful without fighting, and he was not afraid of being hit. He was simply an invincible Superman. Thinking of this, Yang Maoling roared and rushed forward without hesitation, starting to fight the short and strong man. No matter how the short and strong man hit him, he ignored him and just kept punching and punching. The audience was a little dumbfounded. What was going on? How come Yang Maoling isn't afraid of death? This desperate fighting style is simply terrifying. Yang Maoling's chest was dented by the short and strong man, but he still seemed to feel nothing and continued to fight with the short and strong man. And Xuanyuan, who was watching the match, frowned at this moment. He glanced at the little mule beside him and said, "Is this guy capable? Why does he feel not so capable? He's going to be beaten to death." The little mule was also a little uncertain. There were no problems in the previous few times. Those who took the drug were able to defeat their opponents at the last moment, but he seemed to be beaten to death before he was defeated, and Xuanyuan felt that something seemed wrong today, so he turned to look at Dr. Yin. Dr. Yin, what's going on? This opponent is too strong. Now the drug is only in the early trial stage. It will naturally have no problem dealing with ordinary people after injection, but the person we are dealing with now should be a cultivator. Dr. Yin also frowned. Let's find Master Li to ask, Cultivator? No way. A cultivator comes to fight underground boxing, and Xuanyuan was stunned, and then said to the little mule, "Go find Master Li and see what's going on with this person." "Yes," the little mule responded, and turned to go downstairs to find Master Li. Soon, the little mule brought Master Li into the room. Master Li said to Xuanyuan, "Young Master Wen, you're looking for me. Well, look at this guy. How come after the injection, we can't handle him?" And Xuanyuan said, pointing to the ongoing match footage. Master Li took a quick look at the footage and said, "From what I can see so far, this guy looks very much like an external cultivator, but he hasn't reached the yellow rank, more like a quasi-yellow rank. Dr. Yin's medication shouldn't be effective against him unless the recipient is exceptionally strong." "Oh? So, this Yang Maoling can't win," and Xuanyuan frowned. "It's a bad situation," Master Li said confidently. "Damn it," and Xuanyuan couldn't help but curse angrily. "Today, more than 20 million has been bet on Red Dragon. If Red Dragon wins, even if the odds are 1-to-1, I will lose everything. Don't worry, young Master Wen. I'll take action in the next game." Li Quanxi waved his hand indifferently and said, "With my strength, killing this Red Dragon is a piece of cake." "Well, that's good. Red Dragon has won 3 games in a row. The bets on the 4th game will definitely be bigger and more. This way, I can make back all my money with interest." And Xuanyuan nodded, and he felt relieved. Yang Maoling is dead. He didn't even know how he died. He didn't feel any pain. He just wanted to attack again and again, but he didn't realize that his sternum had been completely smashed by the short and strong man, and his heart had been ruptured. Chapter 1048, Master Li wants to snatch someone. Until he collapsed, his only thought was, attack again and again, kill the short and sturdy man, and he'd have 300,000. Although Yang Maoling was a bit more powerful than his 2 previous opponents, he was nothing to a near yellow-level external cultivator like him. Dr. Yin's medicine, while powerful, was only in its early stages of testing and couldn't yet produce warriors capable of fighting cultivators. These warriors were more than capable of dealing with ordinary humans, but they had no advantage against cultivators. Although Hong Long's fight was a bit awkward and difficult, and he took several times more punches than in the previous 2 matches, he remained unscathed. As an external cultivator, his physique was inherently formidable, and while Yang Maoling possessed considerable strength, he hadn't hit Hong Long's vital points. So, Hong Long raised his hands unfazed, celebrating his 3rd consecutive victory. The audience roared with cheers. They had all bet on Hong Long's victory, and he triumphed once again. "Boss Li, how much did you bet today?" a chubby, white-haired boss asked another boss nearby. "Not much, haha, 5 million, the boss said with a touch of pride, even though he didn't bet much. "Then you'll get 10 million right away." "Congratulations," the chubby boss said with some envy. "I only bet 300,000. If that Red Dragon plays again tomorrow, I'll definitely bet 5 million too." "No, 10 million, oh? Aren't you afraid of losing all 10 million, the winning boss asked hesitantly. "Losing it? How could I possibly lose it? That Red Dragon is so powerful. As long as he plays, I'll bet." The chubby boss gritted his teeth and said, "Look at today. Red Dragon's opponents are actually quite strong, but he's just too powerful." "That's true, but I'm worried about the ring being rigged, and Red Dragon deliberately losing," the winning boss said with some concern. "Lose on purpose? How is that possible?" the fat white boss said with some disdain. "You have also watched several games. Look, which game is not a fight to the death? Which game doesn't have deaths? The final winners are those who kill the enemy. How can it be faked? Unless Red Dragon is stupid, such a powerful strength still colludes with a boxing ring to cheat. The key is that there is no benefit after the cheating. People are dead. What's the use of more benefits?" "That's right," the boss who won the money also nodded. "Then I will bet more tomorrow, but I have to see how many games this Red Dragon will fight tomorrow. If he still fights 3 games, I will bet on the last few games and see the situation first." You are really cunning," the fat white boss said. "I don't look at the situation. I will bet directly. In this way, if there are really 3 games, I will spend 10 million, and the interest will be compounded. I can get a profit of 80 million in the last game. Wow, 80 million, I can buy a yacht directly and marry a few concubines. It's so cool." "Hey, even though I won't bet on the first fight, I'll bet on the next one. I'm going to bet 100 million, the winning boss had also made up his mind. Sometimes, when you're wavering, A like-minded person cheers you on, and that can quickly spur you into a bold decision. HMPH, then I'll bet 20 million. That's my entire fortune, the fat white boss said, undeterred. In fact, in the audience at the underground boxing ring, there were many similar conversations. All excited about winning today, and discussing further bets tomorrow. Of course, there were also some of Xuanyuan's informants in the audience, whose role was to create buzz, to sway the betting crowd and guide public opinion. But today, these informants weren't needed, everyone unanimously decided to bet on Red Dragon's victory tomorrow. Seeing this, Xuanyuan was quite pleased. Although he had lost a lot of money today, he could earn it back tenfold or 100-fold tomorrow. Master Li, I'm counting on you tomorrow, Xuanyuan said to Master Li. If we win tomorrow, the money we'll get will be astronomical. You're too polite, Master Wen. We're all working for the Firewolf gang, so what's there to ask for? Master Li waved his hand nonchalantly, but, I have a request. Master Wen, could you please ask Little Mule for a favor? Oh? What's your request? Master Li, just tell me, Xuanyuan asked quickly. Well, I've got a crush on a girl, Master Li said with a hearty laugh. Haha, food, sex, and nature are all part of human nature. No problem. Since it's Master Li's cup of tea, let Little Mule bring her to you, Xuanyuan, hearing it was such a trivial matter, waved his hand nonchalantly and agreed. Master Wen, this girl is from a decent family. Taking her by force would probably be problematic. Master Li was no fool. If he could have taken her, he would have done it himself. Why would he need Little Mule? Oh, Xuanyuan was stunned. What's the problem? Does she have a background? She doesn't have a background. Master Li shook his head. Since she has no background, what is there to worry about? Xuanyuan said puzzledly, this is not the first or second time we have arrested people. We have arrested so many people, and nothing happened. This is different. Quan Chi Li shook his head and said, young Master Wen, I caught this girl for me to play with. I can't kill her before I have had enough fun with her. Besides, this girl is very pretty. I plan to let her stay with me as a concubine for a long time. What I'm afraid of is that if she sneaks out and tells others about her underground boxing ring, it will be troublesome. Well, that's true, Xuanyuan nodded and said, then let's use money, young Master Wen. My idea is to let Xiao Mule trick the girl's father to come to our underground boxing ring to gamble, making him owe a lot of debts and unable to repay them. We let him take the initiative to pawn his daughter to me when he has no choice. In this way, the girl came voluntarily and naturally can't run away, Quan Chi Li said. Ha, Master Li, you're quite cunning, almost as cunning as me. Xuanyuan burst into laughter when he heard Master Li's idea. Xuanyuan had thought before about taking advantage of Chu Pengzhan when he was desperate, and Master Li's idea was exactly the same as his own. Chapter 1049 Wu Chenshin returns. Okay, this is easy, leave it to me. The little mule patted his chest and promised. He roamed around the market every day to fool people, so this job was just right for him to do. What's the name of that girl? What's her father's name? This girl's name is Xuanyuan. She works in a hamburger shop near a primary school. Her father, named Zhu Ren, sells groceries in a nearby market. Her family is very poor and she has never seen the world. I guess she will take the bait with just a few words. Quan Chi Li had already thoroughly investigated Xuanyuan's background. Although Master Li frequented several entertainment venues and indulged himself in the world of prostitution, his interactions were primarily with prostitutes. He was more drawn to innocent young women. Yesterday, while having some free time, he stopped by a burger shop and was drawn to Xuanyuan. After a quick background check, he returned to the ring, wondering how to approach Xuanyuan about his plans to get Xuanyuan in his way. Then, Xuanyuan invited him to a sparring match the next day, so he took the opportunity to share his request. As expected, Xuanyuan readily agreed, as he considered the matter a trivial matter. The Wu family's patriarch, Wu Gongao, had finally been discharged from the hospital. However, his hospitalization proved a blessing in disguise, allowing him to achieve a breakthrough to the mid-stage Zhuan realm, much to his delight. Could this be the legendary destruction before construction? If so, perhaps Wu Chenshin could anger him twice more, leading to a few more hospital stays. Would that lead to a breakthrough to the Earth realm? Of course, Wu Gongao was just imagining it. While his hospitalization was related to his breakthrough, it was largely due to the fact that he was truly close to a breakthrough, having simply not reached the barrier of the mid-stage Zhuan realm. Normally at home, Wu Gongao practiced daily, without a single day's rest. However, while hospitalized, he could no longer cultivate and could only rest in bed. After a period of quiet rest and recovery, he resumed his practice and achieved a breakthrough to the mid-stage Zhuan realm. Wu Gongao later considered the possibility that this breakthrough might have been due to his rest, allowing him to adjust to his state and resume his practice. Regardless, Wu Gonggao's achievement as a mid-stage Zhuan realm expert further solidified the Wu family's position. Seeing his grandfather's recovery and breakthrough, Wu Chenshin no longer stayed with the Wu family. He was eager to return home and rushed to Songshan City to find Sun Jinggai, eager to expose her relationship with Lin Yi. While in Yanjing, he had dinner with Lin Yi and Pengzhan Group and knew that Lin Yi and Pengzhan Group were a couple. Therefore, Lin Yi couldn't possibly be Sun Jinggai's boyfriend. Unless he was two-timing. But that didn't matter. Wu Chenshin planned to invite Lin Yi, Pengzhan Group, and Sun Jinggai out for dinner. If Lin Yi was indeed two-timing, it would allow Sun Jinggai to quickly see his true colors. Of course, whether or not this would ruin the relationship between Lin Yi and Pengzhan Group was none of Wu Chenshin's business. He didn't care at all. Wu Chenshin rushed back to Songshan City early in the evening. Upon arrival, he didn't rush to call Sun Jinggai, but instead called Xiao Wangba first. "Why? Wangba, it's Wu Chenshin," Wu Chenshin said. "Hello, brother Chenshin." Xiao Wangba was overjoyed upon receiving Wu Chenshin's call. The Xiao family's current situation was far from ideal. If the Wu family could provide some support, their fate wouldn't be immediately extinguished. Especially since Wu Gongao, the patriarch of the Wu family, had already broken through to the middle stage of the Zhuan realm, and reaching the Earth realm was imminent. The Wu family was speaking with considerable confidence at this point. "Well, how's the task I assigned you going?" Wu Chenshin was naturally unaware of the Xiao family's developments. In fact, the Wu family had been preoccupied with Wu Gonggao's affairs for a while, and hadn't bothered to inquire about other people's affairs. Wu Gongao had just broken through, and the Wu family was busy spreading the news, so how could they possibly be interested in hearing about others? "It's all done. The company has been registered, we've rented an office, and we've hired employees. It's just that we're new in Songshan City and don't have many clients. We've been open for days, but no clients have come to us," Xiao Wangba said. "Trading companies are aplenty in Songshan City. Expecting business to come to us without going out to sell business is simply wishful thinking." But Wu Chenshin didn't care. Whether there were clients or whether there was profit was irrelevant. This time, Wu Gongao had achieved a breakthrough, and Wu Chenshin had naturally applied for a large sum of money to pick up girls. Now, the old man of the Wu family's only wish was for Wu Chenshin to marry Sun Jinggai into the Wu family. This would further enhance the Wu family's status. So, Wu Chenshin opened his company purely to show off. He only wanted the position of general manager. As for whether the company made money or not, he didn't care much. He had been practicing his predance recently, and he felt that he had gotten pretty good at it. A previous meal with Pengzhan Group had enlightened Wu Chenshin. Girls nowadays actually like guys who are good at showing off. Only by showing off can you be admired. Wu Chenshin realized his shortcomings and worked hard to correct them. This company was the first step in his predance plan. He wanted a status equal to Sun Jinggai. Sun Jinggai had a company, so she was a CEO. If he wanted to pursue her, he had to be a CEO too. The second step was to invite Lin Yi, Pengzhan Group, and Sun Jinggai to dinner. This would not only allow Sun Jinggai to recognize Lin Yi's true colors, but also allow him to show off his pretentiousness at the dinner. Pengzhan Group was very good at cooperating with him in his pretentiousness, so it was a perfect way to kill two birds with one stone. It doesn't matter whether the company makes money or not. I brought back 10 million yuan this time to pick up girls, so let's just run the company as it is for now. If the money is not enough, let me know at any time, Wu Chenshin said indifferently. Okay, Xiao Wangba was immediately delighted when he heard this. He had been worried about how the company would make money before. After all, Wu Chenshin had asked him and Xiao Wangdao to help with this. If it didn't make money, he was afraid Wu Chenshin would be unhappy. But now it sounded like Wu Chenshin had no intention of making money at all. That was easy. The company could just keep running. Even if there was no business, Wu Chenshin would still pay the employees, so he felt much more relaxed. Chapter 1050 The True Side of Sun Jinggai. Have you printed the business cards I asked you to print for me? Wu Chenshin asked. They've been printed. They're the ones you mentioned, gold-plated. They look very high-end, Xiao Wangba said hurriedly. What about the sports car? Did you buy it? Wu Chenshin asked. Yes, it's also an Audi TT, just as you asked, Brother Chenshin, Xiao Mengyao said. It's new. I haven't even put the license plate on it yet. Oh, no need to put the license plate on it yet. I'm giving it to someone, Wu Chenshin said. I'll pick it up tomorrow morning. But you have to tell everyone that this car was earned by the company. Okay, understood, Xiao Wangba said quickly. After Wu Chenshin finished calling Xiao Wangba, he called Sun Jinggai. Sun Jinggai was soaking in the bathtub, quietly enjoying the warmth of the moment. For a girl to start a business and support a company on her own in Songshan City is incredibly difficult. Every day she has to disguise herself, pretending to be a mature and cool female CEO, but deep down, she is still a somewhat fragile girl. Without her mature makeup, Sun Jinggai now resembled a pure, innocent girl of 18 or 19. With big eyes, long eyelashes, and flowing hair, she looked like a fairy tale princess, bathed in the bubbles. If Lin Yi were here, his eyes would probably widen in surprise. Is this Sun Jinggai? She looked like the girl next door, no matter how you looked at her. Lin Yi had a very accurate eye for people. Although he didn't know what Sun Jinggai looked like without her makeup, he could already tell she was pretending, which surprised Sun Jinggai at first. Although Sun Jinggai's daily life was a facade, she had no other choice. She had to survive. She had to carve out a career for her family. She was a capable person, even without the support of her family. She wasn't just a tool for a marriage to benefit her family. However, without the support of the Sun family, Sun Jinggai was just like any other grassroots businessman, quietly running a small company and struggling through fierce competition. Faced with pressure from her family, or rather, from certain individuals within the family, Sun Jinggai resolutely chose this difficult path. She had to persevere and achieve some success. Picking up her phone, Sun Jinggai casually flipped through the photo albums inside. Seeing a few photos of Lin Yi, Sun Jinggai couldn't help but frown. It had been a while since she'd contacted Lin Yi, but since Wu Chenshin hadn't bothered her anymore, Sun Jinggai had no reason to look for him. She was filled with curiosity about Lin Yi. She couldn't quite say she loved him. Sun Jinggai knew that even if she didn't agree to marriage with the Wu family, she couldn't just casually have a boyfriend. If she did, it might anger her grandfather. The Sun family didn't have many young people in their generation, and even fewer had successfully reached the first level of their internal cultivation techniques. If the Sun family didn't find a helper, they wouldn't be expelled from the ranks of the aristocratic families, but they would gradually decline. Therefore, Sun Jinggai's criteria for choosing a spouse were clear. He had to be someone she liked, and he had to be capable. Sun Jinggai wanted to show her uncles and aunt that her boyfriend was indeed a great one, without them rushing to introduce her. At the moment, Sun Jinggai's feelings towards Lin Yi were merely curiosity, perhaps a slight attraction, but that was all it was. Sun Jinggai was a very rational person, as evidenced by her daily demeanor. Sun Jinggai sighed inwardly. Although Lin Yi had entered her sights, it seemed he wasn't quite up to par yet. While his martial arts skills were impressive, they were still a far cry from those of a cultivator. Sun Jinggai was kept out of the loop. She had no connections with her family, let alone the police. So, she hadn't heard of the recent events in Songshan City, let alone the fact that Lin Yi had nearly fled back to his hometown. As she pondered these chaotic events, the phone rang sharply, startling her. Sun Jinggai glanced at the caller ID and frowned, but after a moment's hesitation, she answered the call. I'm Sun Jinggai, Sun Jinggai said flatly, as if she hadn't even checked the caller ID. Jinggai, this is Wu Chenshin. Wu Chenshin's voice came over the phone, sounding a little excited. I'm back in Songshan City. Oh, you're back, Sun Jinggai said calmly. Yeah, I invested in a business here. Haha, it looks like I'll be stationed in Songshan City from now on, but that means we'll have more opportunities to interact, Wu Chenshin said pretentiously. Oh, Sun Jinggai wasn't interested in whether Wu Chenshin had invested in a business. If a child from an aristocratic family could leverage their family connections to start a business, they could make money no matter what. So, if Wu Chenshin really wanted to make money, It would be easy, but Sun Jingyi couldn't compare. In Sun Jingyi's opinion, anyone with aristocratic connections who couldn't make money was a fool. Haha, it's been a while. How about some morning tea together tomorrow morning? Wu Chenshin suggested, somewhat impatiently. Tomorrow morning? I have to go to the office, so I probably won't have time. Sun Jingyi flatly declined Wu Chenshin's offer. Haha, let's go sit down together. It's been a while. Let's get Lin Yi along. Wu Chenshin deliberately brought up Lin Yi. He figured that if Lin Yi went, Sun Jingyi would definitely go too. Then, she could see the ugly face of Lin Yi's two-timing. Lin Yi, Sun Jingyi was slightly taken aback, a wave of emotion inevitably rising in her heart. Putting aside her own criteria for choosing a partner, Sun Jingyi still thought Lin Yi was a good person. But if a thief brought a thief back to the Sun family, would his grandfather be furious? Yet, I met Lin Yi in Yanjing. I even treated him and his friends to dinner. We had a great time together, Wu Chenshin said. So, when I got back to Songshan City, I planned to have dinner with them again. Shall we go together tomorrow? Okay then. Sun Jingyi reluctantly agreed upon hearing that Lin Yi was going to. She was growing increasingly dissatisfied with Wu Chenshin. Although her family urged her to spend more time with him, she was mostly perfunctory. Okay, I'll pick you up at your company tomorrow morning. Wu Chenshin was upset that Sun Jingyi had agreed to have breakfast together the moment she heard Lin Yi's name, but when he thought about exposing Lin Yi tomorrow, he endured it. Oh, Sun Jingyi replied and hung up. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.